I'm probably gonna have it start out in Magnamar is what I've decided. So, come up with the reason for why you would be back in Magnamar. I
We're
was
not
actually
Kaer
thinking of
Maga Expeditionary
possibly.
Force anymore.
I guess I mean we can go back to Kaer Maga, but right now we're gonna. I was thinking of having it start out in Magnamar, and part of why is I was thinking it might make sense for have Brugar wanting to basically fight the Armsman again, get his revenge match.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't understand.
If people are too behind on their homework, I could even just throw Brugar in as a if he wants to try to take the Armsman 1v1. But
Haha!
I don't know if that's something you want
I'm
to do
not
or
behind
not.
on my homework. My homework's up to date.
We're
I'm going
level
with the
11 or level 12?
11.
Did we
We're
level up?
11.
Yeah,
No.
so my goal is like 4K below where it should be. We're fine.
Okay, you're good then.
Because I made my character so late, right? And I've made him for wealth like level 9 or 10 or something. I think level
Yeah, and you've gotten some
10.
stuff. I think I've actually been fairly decent about awarding loot. Like
Yeah,
I think
so
I've actually managed to keep you guys kind of roughly where which I'm proud of myself for doing because that's something I've struggled with in the past. I've either like not given enough more often than not.
Yeah,
or
so we're good.
So
I
Oh, shit,
have,
now I need buffs.
like, 6 Masterwork Manacles in my portable hole because I fight crime.
Oh
I
wait, and
figured
this
that
isn't even
was a
counting the
good-
gold I have on
Leftovers,
my
so I
person.
bought all kinds of weird things.
you might
Yeah,
actually be
I'm
above
over
wealth by
wealth
level.
then.
Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
bought-
over
Okay.
wealth by like 9K.
I bought a 200
Alright, then you're
gold
good then.
piece star chart, and I went ahead and patented it and said that it has Tiki's signature on it.
All right.
I bought a Wand of Lesser Restoration. I'm like, just in case we don't have a cleric, I
Oh, it's
can
this Heart
probably
Seeker
use
thing.
this with my use magic device.
Mmm.
Pluto. It's Heartseeker
And we
that
don't
gave me
have
all.
a
It's
cleric.
32K. Maybe I should have sold that.
And just in case we need it,
Why-
I do have an hour.
why do I have this?
For 1 hour? You know, just in case we wanted to time stuff. You know.
Like in game or outside of game?
Yeah, no, for real, Zidram, I bought an hourglass. I'm gonna start timing you, bitch.
I'm like, we have clocks for this technology.
Yeah,
I mean, it might be useful for like.
But
his
an hourglass
fucking
would be really
turns
useful for a
sometimes when
table
he's not
game.
full rounding.
Some
I
people.
like hourglasses because it
God.
gives you that pressure, that feeling, you know.
Some people do stuff like
That's
that
what Mantis
for
needs
like.
for his game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people will
Time
do
is
that for
always
having...
ticking or whatever. Time's always moving.
Well, it's
Some people
true.
also
just
will
a
use stuff like
massive
that just to
hourglass.
make people like not take too long on their turns. You just
Right.
like you put a little thing and be like, all right, you got this much time, make your decision. If you don't, you just
Well, Hero
You
Level
hold your action
has
or
a
attack.
counter for the turn trackers, so it can either count down to a set number or just count up continuously. I had it on before, but it's kind of like a pain in the butt to like get started because I have to like start it each time. But yeah, I
Yeah.
could have it count up and be like, this turn you took 229 seconds. Let's see if you can beat that next time.
beat your personal best.
Yeah.
You know what I will do, Pluto, is I think I might buy a better offhand dagger. I don't know. Maybe I should wait.
So
Or I can sell this
Pluto,
Heartseeker thing, but
just
it's pretty
so-
good.
So that you're not surprised by these strange things, I did bring a couple of strange type of arrows. So I do have a Tangle Shot arrow, a Splinter Cloud arrow, a Slow Burn arrow, and 2 Bleeding arrows. So just to let you know,
Sounds
I do
good.
have them. Okay.
I mean, it's just like
I have a
spells, really.
Masterwork Morningstar that I make look like a magical stick.
Nice. I did put a number of
I'm gonna order pizza.
modifications
joys
on
of-
my armor.
Token tool.
So it's late.
So my armor is
This
like...
is token 124.
Oh yeah.
Parentheses, because I've.
I have a folder like that as well. I just keep stacking on the number.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's whatever. It's
Whatever,
fine.
yeah. I just look at the images most of the time when I'm browsing through stuff anyways, so.
So what would bring Savoth into Magnamar? Starting if you have an idea.
Okay, so the story goes, Savoth was given an egg, decided to part from you guys and take on this responsibility. At first she didn't know it was, I mean, she knew what it was, but she didn't really recognize what would happen when it happened. So obviously she was off going and chasing the green dragon because she's all like, dragons! I don't know why, but in her mind she felt like she needed to attach to dragons. Because remember, she was kind of a loner found on an island who had been living there for God knows how long. And so the dragon hatches, and I'm going to guess like a couple of years pass by, like 3 at least. And you know, I think it's just one of those things where she's like suddenly a mother and having to take care of this baby dragon that's just haphazardly learning. And she doesn't really have a home, so she just kind of travels and goes places. But she does need money in order to like fund,
Right.
you know, everything. So she takes odd jobs all the time, and she's kind of always staying in the Varissia area. She hasn't really like left the Varissia area. So she's pretty familiar. Obviously she was...
Might not even be your first time in Magnamar even. Like maybe you've even been here earlier.
I'm sure she's been to Magnamar before. I'm sure she's taken a number of odd jobs, because last time we left Savoth, she was level... what, 5 or 6? 5 or 6.
6, I think.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I think so, yeah. So, you know, we're like 5 levels later, so she's definitely done a number of things. Odd jobs, just paying. She's probably developed a reputation now as, like, the white kobold with the gold dragon. So she's pretty recognizable, I guess, is probably where the reputation's mostly coming from. But she does have a 15 charisma, so she is kind of likable and articulate, and I think people find that interesting.
All right, and then what has Raziel been doing over the last year?
So that's why I was asking Matt real quick, because I want to know what Brugar, if he would have gone with Raziel, because what Raziel would have done is gone looking for... He would have gone back to the church and, you know, gone back to his prior life of hunting monsters, dangerous creatures. Only this time, you know, with maybe a little bit more expertise than he had before, a little bit more experience. And he wouldn't be afraid to say, hey, I could use some help after all the things we've been through. And if Brugar wanted to go with me, he could have. So that's the part I'm not sure about.
The way I see it is that, like, if Raziel's talking to him about mercenary work and like stuff that is lucrative, he'd probably entertain it. But I think that, like, if Raziel mainly goes like hunting because it's like what his god wants him, then Brugar is probably only gonna stick around for like 1 or 2, and then he's gonna tell him that like he needs this time like by himself, and that he needs to find his fame and fortune where he's more familiar with it. And I think at some point they'd part ways. But he doesn't want to stay like out of communication with him because he's the only.
Well, that's why we agree that we're going to meet up
member.
We're going to meet up in frickin' wait, where are we going? Magnamar? Well, how's this? After, you know, our first month or so of doing a couple of these hunts, we say, hey, let's meet up in, you know, a year on the anniversary of our characters or you know, our friends' demise. And we'll have a drink and remember them. And we'll meet up in Magnamar.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then maybe
so
Brugar's like,
we're having a reunion here on the anniversary.
And Brugar remembers he has unfinished business with the armsmen in Magnamar anyway.
Yeah.
But he says that's probably where he'll be, and I say I'm going to be traveling around wherever, you know, there's danger. But yeah,
And Raziel's never actually interacted with the armsman actually, because
correct.
you were playing Philippe back then.
Yep. So for me, it's just that's where Brugar is going to be because he wants to fight the armsman, and that's where all the gladiator stuff's going on. So that's where we decide to meet.
Oh wow. Anyway, my Firefox is not responding. Oh no.
Maybe you should use Chrome. I think Ron uses Firefox, right?
Oh no,
I've
this
always
isn't
used Chrome.
Firefox. I don't think this is Firefox that's doing this. I think I know what's going on.
Hmm. Is it everybody's editing their character sheets?
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
But I actually don't have. That's actually not open in Firefox. I have that open in Edge.
Well, Hero Lab doesn't want me to have a dragon hireling or cohort or like second hero or anything, so I'm gonna have to like manually.
Hero
do all
Lab's
this.
just- Yeah, Hero Lab's just not happy about it.
Yeah, either I
You
don't
cannot
have the right
comprehend
book.
these things.
Yeah, I just might not have the book to do it, but yeah. I'll have to
Hero Lab's
manually-
dragging you down.
I think it's probably that you just don't like have the bestiary or something.
Yeah, I don't have any of those. Actually, let me go turn on.
Yeah, that's
books,
probably what the big thing is.
Maybe there's a SRD bestiary I can turn on. Wasn't there one? SRD content, animals, magic spells, open content. I thought there was like an SRD bestiary thing that you can turn on. Guess not. Or they took it away.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons it's hard to run druids on.
Yeah, I found that out too. It's like every time I wanted to transform into something, like what I wanted to transform was never available.
I actually have the. I actually have the bestiaries on my
Yeah, I know.
Hero Lab.
Oh, there's
so it
Ron.
makes it.
I didn't realize he wasn't
But
here.
I mostly use my Hero Lab. Like the main reason I got it was for DM prep work, like making it a lot easier.
Right.
All right, Ron's here. So he kind of missed, I guess, we were going over what your guys' characters were doing. That's fine because he can learn in game, I guess. So let's see. I guess, and then Mantis's character is Trissa. So what has Trissa been up to over the last year? Apart
It
from
is
somehow becoming
Trissa?
Yeah.
Yeah,
apart
my
from
character
becoming-
is Trissa.
Yay!
Apart from becoming a level 11 sorcerer, which is by itself pretty crazy to have.
Miraculous.
In the
Maybe a
course of
wizard
year.
gave her like an enchantment or something
Well,
that made her
she's
super
been keeping
with
it a
sorcery.
secret.
Yeah, she might have already been a higher level for longer than a year, honestly, and you guys just didn't know about it.
So that bow thing, she was
So-
just like, I'm not really good at anything, but
Oh.
and then she like revealed that she's
Back
actually
then-
a little bit combat-y.
No, back then she probably actually didn't have those abilities.
Okay, so anyway, sorry, Mantis, you can just talk about your character.
So shortly after Trissa moved to Magnamar, she met a Lyrican in the under the bridge, and it told her that she had innate powers and that it could teach her how to sort of manifest those. And if she helped the innocent of the underbridge and fought the crime in the city. And Trissa was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that." And
That's what
so
you came to Magnemar
she's been
for.
taking down crime in Magnemar
The skin
under the
saw.
secret identity of Magical Fantasia.
Maybe the skin saw people.
Yeah, it might have been some skin saw cultists or something. It was maybe some of the enemies that she's fought. And I think you said something about like
Uh-oh.
Ron's mic might not have been working. I hadn't heard him say anything since he got on.
The Scarlet, whatever. Maybe.
He's quiet, though. Hello, Ron?
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he must still be
Oh,
having
he's
problems.
eating. Okay. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
We thought your mic wasn't working or something. That's fine.
I think you mentioned something though about her also having like the Avenger or whatever he was calling himself, the gnome guy that you had.
Oh
you guys
yeah,
met.
he helped enlist me. He got me in
Yeah.
contact with Adiana, my Lyrican familiar.
Did you
Is
need
this gnome
another
the one that
character
was the
sheet?
assistant?
No, I don't really think I'm gonna need that.
Okay, and do you have a token then for the Lyrican, or do you need me to get one?
I don't know. I don't have a particular one in mind. Here, this one
I
works.
put my token in Discord for Svath. Oh.
I think it's also attached to your character sheet. So I think if let's see here.
Yeah, but the character sheet has two different fields. One's just the image, and the other one is for
What
the
happens if
token
I
itself.
drag it in here? Yeah, there, it worked fine.
Oh,
I just
sweet.
dragged it from your character sheet, and
Nice.
it worked just fine.
So before, Savath didn't really have like as many horns and stuff, but she's starting to take on more and more of the aspect of a dragon. So she's getting a little more sharper with multiple horns and things.
All right,
I put the Lyrican in Discord.
in Discord. Okay, I can make a token out of that.
What was I doing? I was gonna do something. Yeah, my interface for the stream is all screwed up, so I just deleted it. I'm just like, so now I need to make a new list of us.
Wait, who's the anime character's Mantis, right?
What? Mantis's anime? Animu? Animal? That's not anime.
What are you talking
Is
about?
it?
Well, kind of.
No.
I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not.
It's
but
got
it's
too
kind
much
of
it's got-
like,
definition.
It's got like a fairy
eyes
tale
aren't-
aesthetic to me.
yeah, the eyes aren't big and googly.
Yeah. Anime's like less definition and more like big and obvious, I guess.
I intentionally
Yeah.
tried to find like traditional art.
Okay. I just see like this brightly colored thing, and I'm like, oh, that's Mantis's character.
I just go to Google and type
Yes, it is
in
brightly
white
colored.
kobold, and I just get tons of like perverted female kobold art. You know, the kind that you see on, you know, what's that site? I don't even go.
I
there
don't know.
anymore.
What sites are you going to that have pervert art? Because I don't
Oh.
go to those sites.
Oh, I don't.
DeviantArt?
Yeah, DeviantArt.
Like, DeviantArt has tons of pervert art.
It's full
It
of
has
pervert
tons of
art.
not pervert art.
Yes, this is true. But if you ever like Google something
Well,
that's
the
related
headshot.
to
I remember
an
you sent me the
animal,
headshot of Sabath.
if you like Google anything related to an animal, well, not Google, but DeviantArt, anything related to an animal, you'll get the pervert art.
Get all the
Interesting.
furry shit.
You didn't know this, Surdurium?
No?
This is common internet knowledge.
Is that like Rule 32 or 34, whatever the number is?
I don't know, what is that? I don't even... I'm old,
I
by
mean,
the way.
It's
Sort of, but
that's the thing where it's like there's a site. What I don't remember what the number is. If it's 32, 34, whatever. But it's like
It
if it
is
exists, then
34.
there exists porn of it. That is like
Yeah.
the motto
Yeah, that is
of
Rule
the site.
34 of the internet.
Oh.
Okay. So is that what this is?
not
Kind of.
really.
Art is where artists put their art, but because there's a lot of perverts out there who also draw, we have a nice mixture of
Oh no, it's gray. That's fine.
animals
Okay.
with
And
boobs
transparent.
and stuff, you know?
It's
If you
gay.
ever wanted
Oh.
animals with boobs, you can probably find it on DeviantArt easily.
No, that's okay. I'll pass.
Yeah. No, but there's some artist who does a really good kobold like head design, but like the body's always like over exaggerated ass and boobs and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, I just want a kobold. What the hell? I found one though. I did.
Alright, so
Yay.
Ron, explain your character to everyone else. If you're done with dinner.
Rip.
Asse.
Not yet.
Usi. Usa.
I'm not sure how to say it either.
I can try many ways.
I mean, I'll say.
I'll say. That's what I. That's.
Wait,
the
isn't
first thing
that
comes to
gold
mind.
selenium?
Ha! We're right, Matt.
Yeah. I play Final Fantasy 14. I know how to pronounce these things. It's like Aura.
Well, I was just going off of like the fucking normal phonetics. Like I'll say is how you pronounce that.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, me
AU's
too.
astronomical unit. Okay.
It's also alternate universe. Yeah,
No, gold is also
so-
AU. I'm not crazy. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. But okay, so
And
like
SE
aside
selenium,
from like
right?
the wealth that I gained on Brugar, which I just spent on various things, the big changes to him were his feet. I have swapped out power attack for weapon focus with my Warhammer, so I don't hit as hard, but I hit more consistently. And
Always
he
good when you're doing
has
combat.
he
reflex.
has trained himself more to simply survive after what happened.
Okay. So become
He's
more
like, oh
resilient.
shit,
I
these things that can
swapped
kill me.
out improved. I think I swapped out improved overrun, step up, and some other feat I can't remember, but I have endurance, die hard, and stalwart now.
Alright, that should be good.
Yay, Ron.
So I would say is a middle-aged gnome male. He's extremely pale, no hair, but he's got a fairly decent beard going on. It's white hair too. How am I just telling my story, or am I telling my reason for being here?
Whatever you want the party to know. Like, tell us a little bit about, like, his general background, and that's the main part, really. Like, we don't know your character at all, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What brings him to
So he
Magnemar?
grew. Yeah, so he he grew up under another name as a gnome, but um, he was believing he was stupid because his terrible stepmom was always talking down to him and seeing him as a threat. And he left home at a young age and wandered up into the mountains. Found himself starving, was adopted by a family of dragons because they could sense his power, and they raised him into what he is today. He since
what
forgot his
color?
birth name,
Dragons.
and red.
Okay. So it's kind of the opposite of
Um,
Savath in a way. Savath
Yeah.
is raising a dragon, and you were raised by dragons.
So now he goes by Ause in remembrance of the dragons who raised him. And coming of age, he joined the army to defend the land of the dragons. He was very highly regarded, being able to fly in the air and provide aerial support and much needed scouting information. Since leaving the army, now travels around the lands, inspiring young lads to be everything that they can be and not be let down by their parents. But although a man of good intentions, he's unable to remain faithful to one partner and is known for having different partners in each town that he routinely visits and pretends like it never happens.
Oh man,
Okay.
is Savath gonna get scrutinized for
He's a
how she
philanderer.
Are you-
murders?
Are you sure this is a red dragon background or a gold dragon background? Because it sounds like the latter. Are
Oh,
red
it is
dragons
gold dragon.
evil?
Sorry, I assumed fire was gold. My bad. It is.
There
gold.
we go. It's even
Uh-oh.
more
Okay.
convenient.
Was he raised by my? Oh, I need a name. Oh, is my
Yeah, you
dragon a
know,
boy or
those
girl?
those gold dragons were missing a baby, so maybe that's why they
Uh-oh.
took him in.
Oh no!
Some
Okay,
drow had
Let's
kidnapped
roll
their
a
egg.
dice. If it's a boy or girl. One for girl.
Why not
and-
both?
No. One for girl. It's a boy. Okay, it's a boy.
It's a
the dragon.
boy.
What's his name? What'd you name him?
Oh well, shit. I don't know. Give me like 2 minutes.
The good news
Let me
is,
go find
is
a
that
dragon name
Okie
generator.
Dokie
Yeah,
is somewhere in the world.
I just gotta refresh it a few times until I like what I see.
Okie dokie would still exist. Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, though, I don't know like what he'd be up to because he didn't get along with Raziel or Brugar as well as he got along with like the rest of the party. Like Brugar was pretty
He's
clear
trying
about
to
like not
find
really.
Muskull, of course.
Yeah, maybe you'll run into him. He's like a bird lawyer now, or like a bird lawyer, a bird law student. I don't know, because I guess it's only been a year. But yeah, he's following his dreams. But yeah, I don't remember like I don't think he got along with like Raziel didn't really care for him either much, right?
I don't remember if Raziel was
Care for
like,
who?
if he
The parrot,
dokie.
for the
Okie
bird, the
dokie.
parrot.
Oh, it
I
was
don't think
never
he
my
really did
thing.
anything with him. It was like I
I
think they
thought
were
Yeah,
it
no,
was
it's-
kind of a
Oh,
like
It's
it's kind
more-
of
Did
a
you guys
waste
tell him
of
about-
magic.
did you guys tell him about Tiki? I'm sure he will
'Cause it's
eventually
unnatural.
find you and ask about Tiki, and even ask about.
Yeah, no, he probably
yeah.
found out. Yeah, he probably found out about it. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I disapproved.
If anything, I think Raziel would be
But-
neutral with the bird because he's a bird, and you serve Gosrick.
Yeah, but he's also
but
unnatural.
it's unnatural,
He's a
which is
magical
the problem.
beast.
So, I think it was an abuse of power and kind of a waste of magic, but also it was helpful and helped us achieve the greater good. So I'm not gonna hate on it too much.
Brugar was
Yeah,
annoying
he
with
I'm not
was-
gonna go hunt them down.
Yeah, he mostly liked like hanging out with Amber and Tiki for the most part. Like, more than anyone else. I don't know, like I don't think Kale really interacted with him much either, like, but yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, basically he wouldn't have any reason to hang out with either of you guys because like, yeah, he didn't get along with you guys that well anyway. So yeah, he's
But
probably
I
off
wonder
doing
if
his own
he
Hopefully he
thing.
went to college.
resents Brugar and Razzie a little bit for surviving, whereas like the other people he was attached to died.
Yeah,
I'd
maybe.
like to see Okie Dokie turn into a villain, is what I'm saying.
All right, we'll consider it at least.
He needs to be a relatable villain, though.
Well, he had people he cared about, and now they're dead, and he like can only assume like what happened and that Brugar didn't like him for a reason.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's out for revenge, and he thinks it was all Brudar's fault.
Shit's getting real, man.
I mean, he's not a smart bird. He's smart for a bird, but not intelligent.
Hmm.
I mean, he's smarter
He's
than
not
my
that smart.
character is.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Didn't we give him
smarter.
a headband of intellect?
We did.
I think you did.
I think
I
he's
can load
at
up his
like
character
14
sheet.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could load up his character sheet if I wanted to, but yeah, I think he
14
has that
actually is pretty
intellect.
good.
Yeah,
He's pretty fucking smart.
he's actually smarter than anybody in this party, I want to say.
He's barely smarter than Brugar.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely smart and
Well,
sloth.
what's Razal's intelligence again? I don't actually remember. Razal's might be pretty decently. I don't remember though. I don't think so. He doesn't. I don't remember.
In fact,
I
Gorig
guess I can look up your
Adiana
character
has
sheet.
14
than Sloth.
intelligence, so most intelligent character.
The
I'm gonna
parrot?
try to get a token.
No, my Lyrican,
No, you're familiar.
yeah,
Well, I mean, among
is tied
PC,
with the parrot, I think.
yeah, because Brugar has 13 for the whatchamacallit, combat expertise requirement.
Yeah. Oh my God! Roll 20. Come on.
I think I'm the smartest PC though.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Oh,
You might
We've
be.
got like 3 charisma-based characters, I think, coming in.
Can I get a
I think Ron's.
I think
character
so.
sheet for the dragon? Or oh wait,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
a
have
very.
one.
No, I think I already
intelligent-
gave you one.
Oh,
I think I
look
already
at
gave
that.
you one.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
I gave you like Furigazawo or something like that. I think, or something. I give you one of these sheets. There's too many ones with like weird names.
I have a token for the dragon. So are we agreeing that I'm just gonna take the gold stat block for the youngest
Yeah, I'm
dragon?
fine with that.
Okay. And then I just add classes to it when it levels, which is gonna be
Yeah,
really
when it gets
slowly.
stronger, eventually
Yeah.
you can give it sorcerer levels or whatever.
Okay.
Nice intelligence check there.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I can't judge. I did the same thing in Kingmaker, especially with it being initially like the 15-point buy. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna run 7 intelligence, yeah, because paladins don't need that anyway, right? So yeah, my paladin's not very smart. He saw a lake and thought it was the ocean.
Are you committed to giving the dragon sorcerer level?
No, I'm not. I mean, no. That's not gonna happen for a long time, and I'll figure it out later when I know more about.
Well, him gaining
mechanically-
his first class level like shouldn't take that long.
Well, now's not the time to really worry about that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I was just gonna say that like if you want to give him like the way I was thinking about it in my head, like if I were gonna be the one like doing this is since he's already like pretty strong physically, I would probably have like any martial class levels he have uh I would like only allow him so many because he'd be comparatively fairly powerful as like a normal cohort. But dragons, I know this that if they have levels of like sorcerer or whatever, like their spells like stack with their racial hit die
Yeah,
because they're like
they
natural
already can.
spellcasters.
Yep, they already cast as sorcerers, so that's why
Yeah,
sorcerers usually
so
like the logical thing to give them.
so I would probably just recommend that he advance as normal if you're gonna give him caster levels, because it doesn't unbalance his physical stats, which are already really high.
Alright, Pluto, I gave him a picture if you want to pull that from the sheet. Oh yeah, I still gotta. Oh, man, I got so many things to do with this Blood Rager because I gotta set like buffs and stuff.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, isn't that cute? I saw that and I was like, perfect.
Yeah, I like it. So let's see. I don't think I need the dead Akai token on the map anymore, so we'll get
You
rid of
should have
that.
like a graveyard somewhere, like the Magnamar graveyard of our tokens.
Well, would they? I guess that's the question. Is like, where would like is Amber like buried in Magnamar, or would you get? Because you
I
guys,
don't know.
or would you guys just like bury them in Corvosa? Because that's where you guys were at. Like when you guys got back from that demi plane, was you guys plane shifted back near Corvosa?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, Amber lived in Magnamar, so maybe that's where. Maybe you guys brought her back here. Did
Maybe.
how did Trissa end up finding out? Did we ever decide that? Like, did somebody
Oh.
like?
Oh yeah, I asked Adiana to commune, and
Okay,
Oh.
so you found out that way.
I found out that way, and that's why I'm in search of Brugar.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Because
as
I
it would
knew him, I
happen,
didn't
you
know anybody else. Like I didn't really know the other guy. Like
yeah, you
Brugar
didn't really
actually
know
fought
Raziel
the
very well.
armsmen, so kind of respect
Right.
him.
Okay, because yeah, you would end up hearing about like at that point that like you would probably around when you do, you actually would end up hearing that Raziel or that Brugar is actually like
I'm back.
supposedly back in town. So you would actually at that point you would actually be able to go probably seek him out in that case.
What's going on?
I was asking about like how Trissa, if Trissa knew about what happened with Amber, like if somebody went and told her, and he was saying that what he was saying what happened is that he used commune with his familiar and found out
Like
that
after
way,
a
and then
while when Amber
yeah,
didn't
after
come back
like
for a
Amber hadn't
long
shown up,
time.
because like she hadn't shown up for a long time anyway. Like she figured that Amber was just out adventuring still, but it was like okay, well it's been a while, so now she wants to find
Oh, that
Brugar
must
and
be a
get some
terrible
answers.
thing to divine.
Yeah, so now she wants to go. Uh, she's gonna like find Brugar and get some answers, and I'm saying that basically this happens
Ooh.
probably around the time where you're in Magnamar. So she would actually like try to figure out like, okay, well, where is Brugar? Like, where should I go to start searching for him? And it's like, oh, actually, he's in Magnamar. Like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to go anywhere then.
Oh, Foodsie BRB.
You know,
Yeah,
Brugar
Brugar
is
would. Oh well.
you're back. You're getting back in Magnamar, and one of the things you're there to do, like you're supposed to meet up with Raziel, and then also possibly you want to re-challenge the Armsman because you do hear that he is still like
Well, yeah, he'd
fighting
be
in his
like
arena.
between when he split with Raziel and where he's coming back to Magmar, he'd be taking mercenary work, but also finding like arenas to compete solo in.
Uh
And
huh.
he'd probably start out like in Kaer Maga because they know him well there, and he could like move around. Like I don't know if Corvosa has one, like maybe they do, but like yeah, he'd be building back to Magnamar
Mhm.
over the year where he can get uh, a fight with him.
And then how were you thinking? Were you thinking you wanted to do like the 1v1 fight with the armsmen, or did you want to like try to assemble a team and recreate how the last fight was, like with a team again versus like his team? You can do it either
Well,
way. I think the 1v1 fight would be fine as well because I don't think it'll be super long. Like we just be going back and forth between 2 turns.
I think that would be the
But-
well, yeah,
coolest.
because he's
But if you
because
want me to fight with
he's
you, I
been
will.
traveling by himself.
hmm Plus, that makes it really easy for people that are looking for you, aka Trissa or Raziel, to find you because they're just like, oh, well, he's actually fighting the armsman because it's going to be well publicized.
That, and he feels like his time like with a group might be like over.
hmm
And he doesn't want to possibly shoulder the burden of losing another group.
The armsman kills the next group.
Oh, and the armsman killed Brugar, so
Yeah,
I
he
remember.
landed
Not
a
yet, he
lucky
didn't.
blow.
No, he
Oh,
Oh
you
no, I
mean
mean he
Mike.
did.
Killed and
The
then he got
last
brought
time.
back.
Yeah, the last time.
I thought you were predicting the future of this session.
I mean, it could
Ooh.
happen.
I
That
would
would be.
hope that I'm strong enough to take him on 1v1.
I haven't leveled him at all. He's the same. He's the same stat block as he was the last time you fought him. So, but you're a higher level than you were last time you fought him too.
I think they might be
Yeah.
equal level, or the armsman's one level higher. I think it might be close.
I'll go ahead and spoil it and just say he's the exact same level as Brugar, actually.
Yeah, so this is actually still going to be a tough fight.
Mhm.
What Brugar is counting on is his ability to put him off balance with like either tripping him or disarming him.
Yeah, I mean, his whole shtick is the whole thing where he, you know, changes his weapon as he's fighting. So, but yeah, without a weapon, he's not as he's definitely not as formidable. You do know he can cast some spells too. Like he's a blood rager, but from last time you fought him, you know,
Yeah.
he was able to cast a few spells. That
Brugar
when he,
doesn't have
I
very
think,
many defenses against that.
yeah.
And that's like an area where he's sort of at a disadvantage.
Okay, well, we can get right into that, I suppose, in that case. But I guess like maybe does Trissa find Brugar like before the battle, or are you gonna say you talk to him afterwards?
I'm gonna talk to him afterwards.
So you maybe be watching the battle in that case.
Yeah,
What about
I find out
Raziel?
from my network in the city, because I have that friends in low
Mhm.
places trait, that he's in town.
Is this a year later, so I'm in town, or is it less than a year later, so I'm not here yet?
This
Like,
is
is this-
yeah, this is at that year later mark. This is when
Okay.
you're supposed to be mean. You're in town right now.
Then I
So-
definitely heard about it, and I go to watch the fight. And I probably went to talk to Brugar before the fight and wish him luck, and told him I'd talk to him after the fight and, you know, get him for, you know, your honor, whatever, for glory.
Okay. Does anybody else's character have any desire to like any reason why they would want to go to this? If not, that's fine. I'll
Go
get you guys
go to
in
what
very soon,
specifically?
though.
I'm sorry.
Brugar's rematch against the Armsman.
Oh.
Can you come up with any reason why you'd care about it? If not, that's fine. We'll get you in
No.
soon.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. Like, Why would Savath and a dragon go? I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Why would you go check out like a fight between
Probably
a
not.
Shawanti barbarian and a yeah?
Yeah, I'll maybe be at the job boards nearby outside the ring, but that's as close as I'm getting.
Okay.
You'll have to tell me about your glory, Brugar.
Pluto's not going to party wipe us like this next time. He's like, man, this is so much work getting everyone
No,
back
he's
together.
gonna party wipe Brugar. That's it.
Just Brugar.
Yeah.
Brugar
Well, I
is
mean,
a party
yeah,
of one
right
right
now.
now.
See that because that's
could
the way I
happen.
see. There's two things. The two basic ways I see this playing out. Brugar loses the fight and is like, I'm not strong enough yet, and then has to like try to work harder, I guess. Or he
His
wins
mission
it,
in life.
and like that we at least wrap that thing up.
Or he gets crit and dies.
But I think I mean that could happen too. I think it's not super likely, but it could happen, I suppose. All right. So let's see here. I need to get some stuff onto the map here. Well, actually, I don't really get a whole lot on the map. I really just need to get like Brugar on the map. All right, I'm gonna pull you guys to a map. Oops. Well,
It's alright, my roll 20's halfway froze because it's calculating.
let's see here.
I'll be right
Would
back.
this
I'm gonna
guy
grab some
have
food.
done any spells before the match starts? If I remember, he has a couple that he would have cast.
Are we allowed any spells before we enter the fight?
You're allowed any spells that have like a duration of I think it was like anything that had a duration of minutes or longer.
Okay, because Bruiser actually has some potions.
Yeah. So go ahead and apply whichever ones you'd want to use for that. He would actually have enlarge person on himself.
So do I.
Perfect. And he'd have a couple other spells up as well. Let's see, I gotta turn that one off because some of these buffs that are on him are from when he had a cleric in his party, but he actually does not get the cleric buffs. So that'll make him slightly easier, I suppose. And yeah, I think his CMD, like his CMD was a pretty high for you last time we fought him, because I think last time we fought him, you're like level 9 or something. Or like level 8. I don't know. You guys were quite a bit lower level. But yeah, he hasn't really gotten any stronger than he was last time we fought him.
That's right. You stay stagnant in your arena. Oh, I need to center the camera. Alright, let's watch this epic fight.
And so even though the last time you fought him was probably like 18 months ago, there's still like a lot of hype built around it, just because for a couple different reasons. The main one was because, or like one of the big ones was because the last fight was actually like it was pretty long. It was like and like you actually defeated all of his companions. You guys gave him like a harder fight than a lot of his previous combatants had at the time. The other reason is that Brugar's been traveling around and doing some other fights as well. So Brugar's built quite a bit of reputation just off of that alone. Especially Brugar, you have enlarged person on yourself, right? So I'm gonna increase your token size.
Yeah. And I drink a potion of heroism.
Okay. Let's see here. One annoying thing for you that he's got is he's got mirror images up as well. How many mirror images does he get? So that will probably make things a little obnoxious for you at first, but
17 mirror images.
oh, he got a lot of images. Is that correct? I think it was +3. It's per 4 caster levels, I think, right? It's for 3 caster levels. Okay, but that's still correct then. And so at the very least, Trissa and Raziel are already here. What about Ausay? Did he have any reason to want to go watch a gladiator fight?
Does he think there'd be girls there?
I mean, yeah,
There's
probably.
a lot of
Yeah, there's a lot of
They're like,
women.
yeah,
there.
it's a really popular event.
Whistle at the gladiators.
Yeah, he'd be going, but he wouldn't be there to watch the event.
Okay. That's fair enough.
That makes sense.
The middle-aged gnome looking for the young girl. What it sounds like.
Well, is he actually, so like you have his age listed as like 40 something, but for a gnome that's actually really young. Did you want to be like middle-aged for gnome lifespans?
Yes.
Because I think, let's see here, gnome on, where does, I don't remember how to look that up on the SRD. They just have like starting ages here. They look up age categories or something. Okay, so let's see, gnomes. Gnomes reach middle age at 100 years old, actually.
Oh.
So
like-
between 100 and 150 years old is a middle-aged gnome.
Well, then
they-
he's still younger.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think gnomes are adulthood at, where does it say on here? Gnome adulthood is 40 years old. So yeah, if 48's actually like you're an adult, but you're actually really young for a gnome.
You're like 17.
Yeah, you're practically a teenager for gnome. It's by gnome years. Dwarves they have like basically the
Okay.
same age. Well, dwarves can live a little bit longer, but they reach adulthood at the same age. Gnomes and dwarves have really similar lifespans. And then the last one I gotta check about. Secret is Savoth. Did we already go over that? Savoth there? I guess
Yeah.
you already said she's not. Okay.
No,
Or she
no.
is there?
Well, no, I'm like,
Okay, yeah.
if I don't know, if you're trying to get me around them,
No, you don't need
she'll
to be
on
there
the
yet.
Streets in the area. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I got a plan for that. So,
Okay.
so for now, you guys are the only ones there for the moment.
Would this be a performance combat? Could we use those rules?
I don't actually really know the performance combat rules, but
It's
I mean,
really
it could be.
easy. Just set a DC to please the crowd, and then, like, if he meets the DC for certain things, like if he lands a crit, or he gets first blood, or he has a feat to give him a performance, he has a chance to make them happier, and he just gets a +1 bonus if they're happy
Yeah, it could go up like if I keep gaining their favor, and
Right.
the opponent like it decreases. So they fight worse when the crowd's not cheering for them.
Yeah. It's pretty
Because
simple. You can
Brugar's
hand wave
performance
a
is still
lot
really
of
good.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, we can kind of go with that. If I kind of, you'll have to kind of remind me possibly though, because
Sure.
I've never used these rules myself. So I don't remember if we used them last time. I don't think we did. Um. So yeah, I think we're pretty much ready whenever you want to roll initiative. In this case, is there anything you wanted to do beforehand? Like, there's kind of like a few minutes where they're kind of introducing and listing off, like, kind of doing introductions. So they introduce the Armsman is like you know him. He's been the undisputed champion of this arena for the last couple years, and they kind of list off like some of the people he's defeated, and it says including the current challenger over a year ago who's come back for revenge, and they introduce Brugar, the challenger, and they list off kind of some of his accomplishments as well, like some of the people he's beaten in Kaer Maga and Corvosa and some of the smaller um, like arenas that he's gone to before. Because uh, anything Brugar would have like had them add to that as well. Because
Oh
I
yeah, like
didn't
he
coordinate with you.
starts actually recounting his own tales of like the things he's seen and defeated.
Okay.
Demonic bears, giant
Crabs.
crustaceans, dragons.
Okay. Um, let's see. Do we want to do like a check of some sort, like a perform oratory to
Once
try to?
did
wielder of the
already.
god slaying weapon.
Uh huh.
Did you see the check Pluto below? Like bottom
Okay.
chat?
All right, cool. So yeah, it looks like they are kind of swayed onto your side. So initially, the crowd would have been kind of biased towards the armsman, but you have it now. You're going to start out with it basically being indifferent. They're not really.
All right.
They're okay with you if you won right now, but um, and yeah, at this point, I think we can probably roll initiatives. Like I said, uh, would have taken a couple minutes basically for you guys to kind of go in to take your place and for them to go through the introductions and everything. So any buffs you
Okay.
cast that had minutes per level would still be on. Rounds per level would not.
Yeah, I only
Um,
have whatchamacallit, heroism
over the
and
turn.
enlarged person.
Yep. So those will be fine.
But I have another trick up my sleeve. Is this where we're starting? The distance we're currently at?
You can start anywhere on your half of the map if you want. So I guess he'll be like right here. Move yourself wherever you want to start.
Oh,
Okay.
not that it really matters. It's just high or low.
Yeah, the initiative in a 1 versus 1 doesn't matter too terribly much. Well, sometimes
Oh,
it
it
does,
can.
but it can.
Like a lot at higher level. But I'll
His
let him go
initiative
first.
bonuses. It's
Oh
very
man, you're making me
charitable
have
of
to
you.
zoom out.
The nice thing is that I have combat reflexes, so I don't get like flat-footed boned.
Yeah. All right. So on his turn, he is going to cast haste on himself. Well, you can't. I guess you don't have spellcraft, right? So you don't. You know he casts a spell of some sort, and he moves up, um, like a bit closer to you.
Okay. Brura
And
currently has his
that's
shield out, but he doesn't have his weapon drawn yet.
okay. And yeah, he has his. This guy has a great club out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he kind of lets out a battle cry. Um, runs forward, and as he does so, he shifts the great club, turns into a great axe,
Okay.
and that's his turn.
All right. Brugar pulls out a potion of displacement and he drinks that.
Okay.
I've been saving that for a while.
All right. On
And then he's
the
gonna draw his
armsman's turn.
warhammer.
Okay.
Do you have quick draw?
No, I don't. I know it's usually like a feat that I swear by, but Brugar is so loaded with feats that like it's hard to take it.
We're gonna assume that Brugar probably already had the potion out before, like,
Right. Yeah.
ready
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah. I did.
So,
I'm shutting up.
let's see. He's going.
No, I
This
want
guy's going
Brugar to
to.
die.
Let's see. Does this guy have, like? Yeah, he doesn't have pounce or anything like that. Anything silly. So he's just going to. He's going to charge at you. Let's see here. He's actually got a pretty long reach too, a 15-foot reach. So he's going to. He's going to charge at you here. He's going to swing at you with his great axe.
Okay.
Do his arms go woogly?
They do. That's why he stretches out 15 feet. His arms stretch out further than they normally would be able to. If you roll a Knowledge Arcana, you could recognize potentially what spell this is. Does a 30 hit? I don't think it does. I think he might have missed you there.
A 30?
Yeah.
It currently does because I have a reduced AC with my large size,
Oh,
but I have
dang.
displacement.
Okay, so rolls versus conceal.
Yeah.
He misses.
He misses.
All right. Now it's your turn.
That's what Brugar wants.
I thought that's what
He's
Ron's
gonna take a
character
5-foot
wants.
step forward.
The misses.
Okay. All right, that's enough of that.
Now
I
he's
think
gonna
that's good
turn
enough
on
to recognize long arm
all of
for
his
Trissa.
defenses.
Okay.
He's gonna fight defensively and fight with combat expertise.
All right.
And he's gonna start making some attacks. So the first is going to be a. First is going to try and be a disarm.
Okay. And remember, he does have mirror images, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll versus images. It's gonna be a D8.
How many are there?
He's got 7 images. He max rolled on it.
Okay.
So you take out an image.
Yep. And then I'm going to attack again with my second attack. At 5 down. I wish I could edit this manually, but oh, wait, I guess I'll have to. Because I don't always use like iterative attacks on all of my combat maneuvers.
Right. Well, some of you can't. That one, I think will still break an image because it's within
Within 5.
it's within 5 of his CMD in this case.
Mm-hmm. And then he's going to take his 5 down attack. Or no, his 10 down attack because it was a base attack plus 11.
Right. Okay, roll. Actually, nope. That does break an image though.
Alright, and then as a free action, his lion shield is going to try and bite at him.
Okay, that sounds good.
Good way to break images.
Yeah, I do have quite a few
potentially.
attacks now. Just waiting for my sheet to update.
What a pile of sheet.
Yeah. Come on, lion shield. I know you have more than a plus 11 to hit.
It might only be a plus 11. It gets like your base attack bonus. What else does it get?
Well, it
Stuff?
uses my base attack bonus plus my yeah, plus my strength. So I know
Oh,
for
okay.
certain that it's not 11 because my base
Yeah, it should be a
B
little bit
by
higher than
itself is
that.
11. And then I've got heroism going and all that stuff like that.
Is all the like fighting defensively stuff, is it affecting?
Oh, right. Okay, so yes. Actually, I guess this is correct. Oh, I have iterative attacks on it. That's not supposed to be there. Yeah, just take the first
It
attack because it's
actually-
the one with the
Hit.
3 times a day as a free action, the lion shield can be commanded to attack, biting with the wielder's base attack bonus, including multiple attacks if the wielder has them.
Oh, okay, that's why it's there then.
So yeah, you actually
So, yeah, it's
do
3
get
attacks.
those. Yeah. I mean, as long as you can full round what you did here, like you could, you 5-foot stepped and attacked. So
So that counts as one use, not 3 uses, right?
that still only counts as 1 use. That's correct.
Cool.
So let's see. One of them has the first attack has a chance to break images or a chance to hit. So go ahead and roll a d5. Okay, broken image. And then one misses just outright, and then the third attack breaks an image as well. So he's down to just 2 images now.
It's pretty good from 7 images to
Okay,
2.
yep, that's Burgo's turn.
On his turn now, in round 3, he is going to. He's just going to full round you, I think.
Okay.
So his first attack is going to be 32.
That misses.
Okay, he
My
misses
AC
his
is
first
at
attack.
33.
His second attack.
Possible hit.
Concealment,
Miss.
so he misses. He's got another attack. 30
Miss.
misses, I'm sure. And he's actually got one more attack because he has haste up. Well, I already did the haste attack though. But ooh,
Did you?
That's a. I did because the second
Oh,
that second one, the plus
Furious
23,
focus.
because he has furious focus. So definitely not a confirm, but he also has to roll over his concealment anyway.
Yep.
Looks like he hits this one through concealment.
Mhm.
Let me change this real fast.
Who is that?
Was that Tyler?
You probably hear the TV in the
Alright.
other room.
So he does a
Oh,
pretty good
yeah.
chunk of damage. And you also have to make a will save versus the effect on one of the enchantments on his axe.
Okay.
Okay, you make the save, so nothing happens. And that's his complete turn. It's now your turn.
All right. So he has 3 images left.
He has 2 images left, so there's 3 of him.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get spicy here. I'm gonna cease fighting defensively. but keep my combat expertise.
And technically, should you
And
weave your
I'm going to.
line shield attacks in
Well, I'm going to use
between
the
so that you
lion
get the
shield
proper
first.
percentages? Can you do that though?
Doesn't specify what order you have to do them in.
Okay,
Yeah, the lion shield is actually a free action.
then
It's not
that
even
is
part of,
definitely
like, the full
optimal.
So the lion shield is going to attack first.
So let's see. That first one has a chance. Gets to. I think all of those except for the last one hit. But the last one might still break an image if he has any left. So go ahead and
So what's the
roll
counter at?
D3. It's going to be a D3 for the first one. Okay, that one's going to hit him and do some damage. Second one, it's going to be another D3. Okay, that one breaks an image, so there's only one left, and then that just gets broke by the last attack. So he's out of images now.
Alright, now we fool around with my warhammer.
Dang, that's lucky. Well, you need to do damage too, but yeah.
He did a little bit of
Can't do
damage
that all at
already.
once.
He's probably going to try to
Does
disarm
not
him
roll
here,
for
though.
Disarm with a
damage?
disarm.
The damage is in
For
there.
line shield?
Yeah,
Oh,
damage
I'm
is in there. It
dumb.
just does 2d6.
I'm used to lesser platforms.
Come to disarm.
I hope Secret knows I'm trolling.
Waiting for roll 20.
That is one thing. Fantasy Grounds doesn't lag the way that Roll20 does. Since your files are hosted locally.
I just can't help that you guys don't understand the formula. You know, it's just. I'm sorry.
Alright, so. Let's see. That is not quite enough to do it. Oh, that was actually a low roll too, wasn't it? So yeah, you do
Okay.
not
my 5 down.
successfully disarm him.
That was a
Yep.
2.
Yep.
Damn, Alsay's getting in this action.
Alright, that time is enough to you knock his great axe, which turns back into its normal form of a great club, out of his hand.
Yep, in a random
Since
direction.
since you don't have a free hand to like steal it with, it just gets disarmed in a random direction, which 6 is going to knock it down like this way, right?
Yeah. If we're going by
It's
the
like 10.
one starts at the top.
Yeah, it's like 10 feet away from him, I think, right? So it'll
Yep.
be over here
And then I'm going to
somewhere.
take my last attack as a trip.
Okay.
That probably won't do.
Nope, it does not do it.
Okay, that's Brugger's turn. And he makes like he does his whole combat performance shtick.
Oh yeah, how does that work? You get like a roll
Well, when I
here.
successfully perform a combat maneuver, I can make a performance check as a swift action, which I still have.
Yep. Let's see here. I think that'll be enough to improve their attitude. Yeah, so they're cheering for Brugar. They get really excited about you knocking the weapon away, and you hear people like chanting your name now, and the
Yay.
crowd is now in friendly for status towards you. So you get a morale bonus on attack rolls, combat maneuver checks, ability checks, skill checks, saving throws, and so forth as a mind affecting effect.
Yay.
All right. On his turn, let's see here. Why are
There's
those not
somebody
showing up
lancing
properly?
people in the crowd.
I'm sure he's trying to get his thing working, but yeah, we'll just assume that that's what's
Yeah.
going on here. Alcei is just attacking people in the crowd.
Nah, he's using his lance on
Oh
To
god.
cheer.
misses in the crowd.
Oh
His
god.
cold iron lance.
Oh my god. Alright.
He used a +2 modifier on it. Anyways.
So the armsman, since he's been disarmed from there, he quickly pulls out a dagger and he's going to try to attack you with the dagger instead.
Okay.
I can figure this properly. Alright.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this freaking macro. It works on my other sheet.
No, he doesn't get to do Furious Focus anymore, though. Alright, so he's gonna full round you. He has quick draw, so
Okay, that's a
38 I'm
possible hit.
assuming is a chance for misses.
Yep, miss.
How long
Ooh,
does
chance for
Ooh.
critical.
Oh.
Does a 31 confirm?
Maybe? Probably
Yes.
not.
Okay, so he
Oh.
actually has a chance for a critical, but he's got to roll versus concealment still. No, he misses.
Pluto.
Aw.
Damn. It would have just been dagger, though. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Misses,
Well, I mean, he
and
does
yeah, it
have a
wouldn't have been.
large, but he has a large like bonus attack.
He
Like,
does,
the weapon
True.
damage
but
isn't
it's
super big.
and 26 I'm sure misses.
It does.
So that's his turn. So now he just
I'm
has a
surprised
dagger
the 31
out.
hit even through your combat reflexes.
Well, remember, I have less AC because I'm big. I'm taking -2 dex
Oh.
and a size penalty, so my AC does get
Okay,
higher.
you're big. Yeah, okay.
I don't think
And,
this
like-
guy's AC is pretty low too.
Yeah, but we kind of have to treat this guy like a boss because he's equal level to me. My
Yeah.
like high AC is really just to knock him down to like a 25% chance or like 30% chance to miss. That's like good.
Yeah, and make it so his iteratives
And then
don't hit
Pluto's
you all the
dice rolling
time.
does the rest for you.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's your turn
can
now.
I see if
so-
he has any other weapon on him to draw?
It doesn't look like he does, but it looks like he has. It looks like he could attack you with claws potentially. Actually, technically, he has one more attack he can try doing, so he's gonna do that. Sorry. He has one claw attack. That misses too.
Yeah, that
You
misses.
never really, yeah, you couldn't really use it before because he was using both his hands, but you notice he has some claws that kind of grow. Well,
Well, it would knock him down to a smaller number of attacks.
Yes.
So if I disarmed him again, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open with a disarm.
All right.
And I'm actually gonna turn off combat expertise now, because the small amount of AC is mattering less now that I'm running him out of
Yeah.
options.
Ron, are you trying to make your roll always roll 20s? Because that's what it looks like.
So I'm gonna start with a disarm.
Okay.
And let's see, yes, this is with my +1 from the crowd.
I think he's trying to get the extra damage the way it's supposed to when you charge. I don't know. Okay, so that
Yeah.
I
that
think he's
does
trying to
that
get
works.
his attack to 69.
You knock his dagger away.
Yep.
It goes behind him. It looks like.
Don't worry, I'll draw it.
Burger's gonna step in as a 5-foot here between
Okay.
his attacks, and then he's gonna go for a trip at a 5 down.
Okay, that'll do it. He's knocked prone.
Haha. Here's where the pain starts. I'm gonna actually just make an attack now with his Warhammer, but only take the third attack because it's the 10 down.
Right. That still hits him though. So you do some damage
And
to him.
when I trip somebody, knocking an opponent prone, that's also a whatchamacallit, triggers a combat performance.
Okay, go ahead and make
This
your
guy's
roll then.
getting his ass beat.
I think if you make it here, they're gonna be at the best attitude they can have.
That was a low roll.
Whoops. Yeah, so you don't. It doesn't impact the crowd any. Do you get 2 of them for doing 2 combat
Well, you need to
maneuvers?
spend a swift action to do it, so I can't do it more than
Okay,
once.
so you can only do 1, and then yeah. Okay, so that's it for your turn then, right?
Yep.
Okay. On his turn, he's going to attempt to stand up, which will provoke.
All right, I know I can't like trip him again, but I'm gonna smack.
Okay. Yep, that'll hit him.
I need to find something I can do to him as like they're getting up. I haven't figured out that yet.
Well, if they have a weapon, you can disarm them if you trip them first, and then they try
Right,
to
but
get
I've
up.
already disarmed.
Yeah, but you've already disarmed him, so. All right, so he stands back up, but he used a move action to do that. He's going to try to claw at you with a single claw attack. Does a 32 have a chance to hit?
That does hit.
But he misses due to displacement, so no hit. All right, that's his complete turn. You notice he's swinging a little bit more carefully this time when he tried to claw at you there.
All right.
He's not swinging with,
I'm gonna-
you might say, reckless abandon.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the name of the ability that he was using before, but I'm also not saying that
It's
it's not the name of the
probably the
ability.
ability he was using before.
You can come to your own conclusions on that.
I'ma roll lore Pathfinder rule.
So you gotta trip him again.
I'm gonna move 5 foot here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna use my famous Brugar suplex.
All right.
This is a standard action that is an attack, and if I hit, I get to make a bull rush or a trip.
Okay.
But because I also have that class feature that lets me make trip attacks off of a bull rush, it can be both. So here comes the attack.
Okay. That'll hit.
And then I bull rush.
That will not be enough to beat a CMD.
Oh well. My shield is going to make 3 attacks as well as a free action. That'll be its 3 for the.
Looks like one of those hit.
Did this combat start on round 1? or round 0?
Started on round 1. I think it's about to wrap
Yeah.
up here, though.
Yeah.
Now, assuming that's your turn, so we'll go to round 5 here. He is going to attempt to attack you twice. I think he's going to turn back on his reckless abandon here, though. And just try to go for it all. Well, as much as he can. He's not nearly as good with his claws as he is with like an actual weapon. He's not called the Armsman for nothing.
But they're
Ooh,
his
but he has a chance for
arms.
critical. There his arms. Does a 33 confirm if it hits?
Yes, it does confirm, and then this is my last round of displacement.
Oh, but he missed. He missed anyway. That displacement's giving you so much work. All right, so
Oh yeah, it's doing work.
and then I think your 26 misses, right?
That misses.
So yeah, despite he's gotten like a few 20s, but he hasn't actually connected with any of them. So he's hit you with 1 attack.
All right.
He's going to
I'm gonna
5-foot
start with
step back towards the dagger,
Oh, he wants the weapon.
and that's yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna follow him 5 foot, and then I'm gonna start with the trip.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm only hitting into the 50s now.
Yeah, his
And
CMD is
then
like
I'm
pretty
gonna
decent,
make,
but 50s is definitely gonna do it.
If I want to scale versus like big opponents, I have to like shit
You
out
have to
stupid
hit those
numbers.
numbers. Yep.
And then take attacks 2 and 3 with the Warhammer.
If only he was a mermaid.
Yeah, he could have been immune to trip. Okay, so let's see. I think yeah, both of those hit. So
And that's my turn. Oh, and I get another performance check because I tripped.
yep. Aw. Since they're already friendly for you, the DC is 15.
Yeah, it's higher now.
Yep.
I'm working them up.
So they're still friendly. All right. Well, this might be it. He's gonna try to grab his dagger, which is gonna provoke.
Yeah.
So you want to take that?
Can I disarm him while he's grabbing it?
No, it's just like tripping. Him going for it is what's provoking, so he doesn't actually have the weapon at this point.
Okay, then I'm just going to make an attack on him. So just take the first one.
If you can trip as an attack, you could maybe do that.
Well,
He's already
He's
tripped,
already
though.
on the ground. Oh, he's already on the ground.
Yep. So that'll hit him though. So he grabs
Right,
the dagger, and he's going to attempt to swing it at you from the ground. And well, I was rolling the wrong dice earlier for his attacks with the claw. That's fine. I don't think it mattered. So he gets.
Yeah, I don't
He's
have
going
to
to do a
placement anymore.
single. He's going to attempt a single attack on you from the ground. So and there's no displacement. So 33.
That does hit.
So he does 24 damage to you.
Okay.
And it's now your turn. He was. So he's still prone, but he has a dagger in his hand now.
Turning on combat expertise. Gonna start with the disarm. I also assume that this is the kind of combat where like it's first to knock somebody else out. So like if there's a forfeit rule, that's probably in effect. Like if you want to forfeit.
Yeah. If he wants to forfeit. Yep. That will be just enough to disarm him.
Okay, that's a combat maneuver, so I'll perform.
Okay. Oh, it's 15 feet in a random direction. Actually, it looks like.
Yeah, 15.
Reading the note. That is enough this time. So now the crowd is like deliriously cheering your name and 100% on your side. They see that the fight's nearly at its end and that you're gonna win, and they're losing their minds.
Nice.
And dagger goes flying up. Part of it goes flying up this way. The handle stays behind. I don't know. Whatever. All right.
All right,
You
and
broke
then
it.
I'll Warhammer him. I was considering sundering, like taking sunder feet,
Yeah.
but nah.
The problem
Okay,
is
take the
you're
second and third.
breaking your own loot.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Since he is prone, both of those hit, and that is enough to knock him unconscious.
Okay, I don't want to kill him if it looks like it's gonna
No,
kill
he
him.
actually, I have him set for his health as like his pre-rage health. So he actually, if he gets below that number, I just have him. He chooses to end his rage as a free action and goes unconscious instead of dying to sudden barbarian death syndrome. So.
All right, well, Brugar raises his hammer high.
Yeah. And you are victorious. And yeah, the crowd
Yay.
goes absolutely
That was
mental.
actually pretty close. Like, if a couple of
Yeah, it
those
was.
displacements hadn't happened, then Brugar would have been down.
Yeah, well, I
Let's
wasn't
say his
intending for
art.
this to be a gimme fight. I actually thought it was going to be really hard, so that's why I was pretty sure it
That
could go either way.
displacement saved your ass.
Well, yeah, well, Brugar was like going into this like, I know he has magic, so if I want to even the playing field, I have to bring some tricks, because I'm not
Yeah.
stupid.
And I kind of figured that there was a chance that he would lose anyway, and I thought that would have been fine as a character moment too, where he's still like, I'm still not good enough, and like that would have been interesting too. But you know, I think also him being triumphant and finally succeeding is also like a good story moment too. So you know, I was happy either way. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
magic canceled out the magic, and Brugar proved
Magic
that he
must
is the
defeat
martial.
magic.
He is martially superior.
Should have
Hiya.
cast True Strike.
Well, during that whole entire time, I perfected this. My roll for my
Yay.
weapon. Yay.
so yep, the you know, like she
Well, a
like
weapon,
Asda comes out
never
and kind of like pulls him back over to get like patched up and everything, and
Mhm.
and as like it was kind of like last time, there's kind of this huge like party, but this time it's a little bit different for you because this time they're celebrating your victory instead of
Yeah.
celebrating his.
Ooh.
So yeah, basically they're kind of throwing this huge party, and perhaps some of the people that were there at the like watching it would go there as well.
Raziel will definitely know where to find me then.
Yes.
Yes. I will find you after the fight at the after party.
And
Brugar
yeah,
seems in
so
good spirits, but he's not like in great spirits, like how he would have been if he had like won this before, like the events of
the first
the
time,
party
yeah,
dying, because he knows that this is also, like it's also been like about a year since that's happened.
Ah.
in some
And it
ways
just
he
so
feels
happened that
probably
this happened to be the day.
yeah, it somehow maybe almost feels more like a relief than like this kind of like great sense of excitement that he hoped it would be.
Yeah, like the sweetness of battle is like a little embittered by the memory, and that like he doesn't have, especially Tiki, to like share this glory with.
The frog!
Yeah, but you've now redeemed the party, though, for the one failure that they had.
I wonder if
I
here's
don't know
another
about
question. I
that.
wonder if Philippe would have been here.
Well-
Probably not, because Philippe lives in Kaer Maga now,
No.
right? He didn't get to
Philippe
see
lives in
it.
Kaer Maga, and
He might know
does
that
not.
Brugar's going here
he,
though to compete.
He may have heard of it just because he hears many things, but he wasn't going to travel down to see the fight. Those days are behind him, and he's moving on with bigger and better things
But
that are
yeah,
less violent and dangerous.
and the Arsvid also even will he'll come approach you at some point during as well and like congratulate you on beating him and kind of he'll mention like he'll say like I must have I've been too complacent, and he'll kind of like look like he's kind of like thoughtful about like perhaps it is time that I explore like a new chapter of my life in order to like this is maybe a sign that I need to grow somehow.
The Armsman's joining our party?
No, he's not joining the party.
I should
Yay,
have
you
made
guys
the
get.
Armsman character. Dang it.
I mean, he's a level 11 character right now. I could just.
Because the
He
gold
technically could
dragon
just join the
sent to
party. He's actually the right level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because-
Like, it would have been perfect if someone wanted to play as him, for him to join, and then that continues the whole quest of them transforming weapons.
Yeah, but it'd be
It'd be weird.
it's already like a character sheet that I already have. Like like
Right,
most
right,
people want
right. It'd have to be like an
make
NPC
their own
thing.
character. Yeah.
Anyways, so I will come find Brugar at the after party and congratulate him on his much-deserved victory.
Oh yeah, and I do have a couple words for the Armsman. Brugar accepts his words, and he tries to be humble in victory too.
Until he gets a few
Uh,
beers in him.
And then maybe
Brugar's
yeah.
changed.
Oh,
he's humble
he's
in
still
victory.
putting away beers.
Yeah, but you're
He's
not
still
like
putting away
drunk
beers,
enough
but-
where you're like boasting super loudly in front of your enemy.
Right. But like I said, like because of like what happened, like the way like he handles victory is a little bit, like less.
I see,
Yeah.
I
Like
see.
he's less bombastic about it because he knows like
Every
what-
fight you walk away from is a one
everything
fight.
is cost.
Yeah.
It's like
He
any
walks
landing you can walk away from is a
these
good landing.
battles victorious, but the party failed like catastrophically, and it cost 3 lives. And he walked away
He's still
simply because he was lucky.
yeah.
So yeah, he tells the Armsman. Well, he uses his name, Awashte, right?
Hawashte, yep.
Yeah, and I tell him that he was no easy opponent, and that he was glad they could have this battle. But he tells him that, like, you can only go so far by yourself. You need to keep your companions close with you.
Keep your
Because
enemies
they're
closer.
And I always wonder if
Because,
Rugar's maybe kind of thinking that, like, saying that to himself almost, because he's been traveling alone himself for.
Well, yeah,
For a while
this is
now,
this is
right?
Brugar like doing the sagely advice thing. Because
Yeah.
like inside he's also feeling that.
Do as I say, not as I do.
And he kind of nods about it, says like, "I definitely will try to do that. I have companions that are very important to me, as
Yeah,
well."
and he ends the he ends the whatchamacallit, their conversation with like a witty smirk, and he says, "We're even now for you killing me."
Oh.
No hard feeling.
Yeah, no hard feelings. Perhaps someday we'll meet again, and maybe not over. If not over battle, it'll be for drinks.
And before he's
He
Okie
smiles and
Doki's
toasts.
minion.
Before he's what?
Okie Doki's minion.
There we go.
Okie Doki's minion, yeah,
Oh.
in this epic revenge story.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Let's
like,
do it.
I don't know. I don't know how Awashte feels about it, but I feel like he has a little bit of respect for Brugar.
No, he does. He
If-
definitely does, and
if
he
he
seems
knew-
like reflective.
Yeah, like Okie Dokie might try to recruit him, and he would say like no, but Okie Dokie has already become too powerful at that point, and he like kidnaps him and uses him as like leverage against
God.
Brugar.
Yeah.
And then like that would be the
Okie
moment where
dokie.
we inevitably like join forces
Mm.
to take down the great evil that is Okie dokie.
But yeah, he says he's not sure that he'll continue fighting in the arena. He's thinking he might have to go do some traveling and
Soul searching.
try to soul searching. Yeah, go
Oh
on
yeah,
like a
that's where
spirit
Brugard
journey.
tells him that like yeah, like that's how Brugard became stronger, but like he leaves him with like it came at a great price.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, like my companions you saw before, like they are gone.
Well, Philippe's still alive.
Philippe wasn't part of the combat in the arena though, right?
He was,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he
was.
was actually. He was
Oh,
the
but
one
he
that was in the
was?
party back then instead of Raziel. That was
Uh-huh.
Philippe was still in the party back then.
Oh, okay.
That's
He
probably
didn't
lost.
do a
is
whole lot
I
in
didn't
that
have a useful
combat.
character.
You actually fought like the rogue or whatever that that Hawashi's party had, like 1v1 and one actually, if I remember
Oh
right.
yeah. No, I
Yeah.
remember
There was like a weird little like side combat that was happening of like we're hitting each other for d6 of damage every turn. It's pretty great.
It was great.
Um,
But
But yeah,
Philippe
Brugard
Yeah.
was here of
hints
your
at
victory,
like
but
the
he did not
cost
come.
of his like adventuring and like gaining experience and tells him that yeah, that like he lost a lot of good companions and friends along the
mhm.
way, and he doesn't want a wash day to have the same experience.
And he kind of takes that into consideration and kind of at some point kind of goes off to a different part of the party. And also during this time, somebody approaches Brugar and Raziel and kind of comments. He says like, "A hell of a fight."
Oh, thanks. Oh yeah, and also yeah, he gets to Raziel and greeting him and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But he
and
thanks
we
whoever this admirer and onlooker is.
Yeah, well, he comes up and he asks you as well, though. Like, I hear that you're for hire as well, though, right?
He says, "I'm a gladiator and a mercenary."
if the
And
cause is just, I add in. If he's talking to me.
he's talking mostly to Brugar, but he notices you
Okay,
as
then
well, and kind of nods and
He's
says,
like, "I
"Well,"
do that too."
he's like, I'm trying to get together. I need some strong combatants for some very important work."
Brugard lets him know that he's listening, but he also tells him, like word for word here, that hiring the new champion of the arena is not cheap.
won't come cheap.
Oh, it's very. I'm willing to pay a lot of money. We have a
You have my
very.
attention.
I have a very very profitable operation going on right now. That's under uh, under some very uh, dangerous and peculiar duress right now. And I'm willing to pay a lot of money to make these problems go away.
This guy sounds like something straight out of a BioWare game.
What are the problems?
Well, you see, I have this operation where we're harvesting very valuable material from a um, this strange otherworldly place that we've gotten access to. But
Wait a minute.
I
we've
give
ran into
Brugar a weird look. Like,
we've
you
ran
don't
into some
think he's
issues.
talking about what I think he's talking about, is it? Sorry, continue.
Brugard's perking up an eyebrow.
Yeah, he seems confused. Like, what are you guys talking about?
No, Brugard keeps listening. He doesn't say anything.
We were giving
He's
looks at
becoming
each other, thinking, I wonder if he's going to say what we think he's going to say. But
All
it's
right,
just
well,
looks.
okay.
No,
So
I
he
want him
goes
to
on
continue.
then. He says, he says we're harvesting material from here, but the problem is that my men in there have been getting harassed, and I think some of them have gone missing, and like not only is this endangering our ability to continue on, but I'm worried about my men too. like the ones that are still trapped over there. I'm trying to get some powerful people to go and rescue them, and perhaps allow us to continue working over there. The
And
wood
you
that
have
we're
no
harvesting
idea
over there is
what's
very valuable.
you have no idea what's causing the problems, the disappearances, or whatever.
No, I have some idea. I can tell you more, but not here. Well, if you'd like, meet me. I have it's over near the dockway. If you want to meet me, I can tell you my address here. You could perhaps meet me there tomorrow, discuss it further. I'm trying to recruit some powerful individuals to help me with this.
Brugar accepts hearing him out, and he does sense motive just to see if it sounds like he's trying to lure him into a trap.
Okay. And yeah, you don't think he's trying to lure into a trap, but you do kind of feel like he seems kind of sleazy and that he maybe doesn't really give a shit about his men as much as he's saying that he does, and that he might be
Yeah.
more focused on the profit side of things.
Well, if he has big pockets, Brugar is willing to empty them, but this also this sounds reminiscent of like somewhere he's been before. So he's on
Oh,
the edge.
lag. I'm being very
But yeah,
persistent.
he agrees to go there.
What do I notice about this man from my first perception roll before roll 20
From
lag?
all your perception rolls that you rolled, you notice he's very well dressed. Like he's got like this really he's got really fine attire. He's wearing it's wearing really dark clothes. He's got like a really nice jacket and like a fancy looking hat.
Would it be accurate to say that my immediate thought is like some kind of smuggler / illegal goods dealer?
No, he seems like a high class merchant kind of guy.
Okay. Alright, I'll agree to meet him then.
He's got like mutton chops and he like you don't immediately see it. Like he's not wearing a monocle, but you could totally see him wearing a monocle.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
those types get a lot of money.
yeah, he definitely looks like he's probably very wealthy.
Mhm.
All right, and
Okay,
he also I don't know. I'm assuming that Alce is there as well, right? Because like it's a party right now. He's probably there trying to like pick up girls or whatever he's doing. But
I'll be right back.
this guy also approaches Alce separately, and because he recognizes him as well as being like a very reputable person who's known along in this region for all manner of deeds that he's done. So he approaches Alce as well and kind of offers the same thing. Like he says, I need powerful individuals to help save my men who have been waylaid in the strange realm that we're harvesting material from. Would you be willing to hear me out tomorrow? And this is the part where hopefully Ron's character Alce says, "Yes, I would love to."
Yes.
All right.
He didn't say I
Slight
would love
matter.
to.
He just says yes. That's close enough.
No, I'm gonna make a new character. This one doesn't wanna.
And then I'm gonna say as well. So before this, we're gonna say he asks Savoth as well during like while you're out in the street beforehand, if you will be willing to meet with him. He's trying to put together he's trying to get some people together to go save his men in this realm that he's managed to stumble upon.
Are you offering gold?
Yes, he's
Then,
willing to pay you exorbitant amounts of money.
all right. I'll check in with Gorig,
Alright.
and I'm pretty sure Gorig approves.
All right,
Gorig
so we've
likes
gotten almost
adventures.
everybody. Almost everybody's been recruited. That's going to be recruited. The only person he hasn't talked to yet is Trissa, but perhaps
And the
Trissa will end
armsman.
up. Well, he's not recruiting the armsman. He doesn't know,
Our NPC though.
or if he tries to recruit the armsman declines.
He's like,
Okay.
no, I'm the champion still of this ring.
You guys are like, we really want the armsmen to join our party, and I'm like, no,
We will only go with. We will only agree to your deal if the armsman joins us.
Oh God.
I'm kidding.
Because Trissa is waiting. Trissa probably when you guys are heading out is when you guys will kind of like Brugar. I'm assuming Brugar and Raziel are probably staying at like an inn or something, probably in the nicer part of town. But when you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
are
staying
leaving,
in.
when you guys are leaving, that's where you'd see Trissa. Or Brugar would recognize Trissa. I don't know if Raziel. I think Raziel's met her at least.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
recognize her.
Actually, no, I don't know if you have met her.
I don't think I've met her.
I don't
And
know
if
if
I have, it
Raziel's
was
met
like
her, but
very briefly.
yeah, Brugar has met her though. And this would be the point where, yeah, Brugar and Trissa would meet. Fantasy there.
Yeah, Trissa is standing and approaches, and then she puts her hands on her hips and says, I hear you got some answering to do. What happened to my friend?
Oh dear.
Pardon back.
Oh
Oh.
dear. Trista just asked you what happened
Oh,
to
dear.
Amber.
I thought
Oh,
you.
she's
I didn't
asking
realize
me?
you were gone. So this is
Yeah.
as you guys are leaving. As you guys are leaving the party, kind of, and going back to your
You're probably
inn.
drunk.
You might be a little drunk, but Trissa stops you basically as you are leaving to go to like the inn and wants answers.
I'm pretty. I can hold my drink pretty well.
Okay, so maybe you're not drunk, but anyway,
I'm a
yeah,
dwarf.
Trissa is you're a dwarf. You're just in your normal dwarf state.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like and like Rugar's found it like more and more difficult to like get drunk and rowdy.
He's developed too much tolerance.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if Trista's asking him, then he has to pull her aside and give her a very like, cause she's still young, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah, she's like
she's
15
like 16 or
or
17.
something.
She was like 15 like a year ago. She's like 16 or 17
Oh,
now.
so she's like 16.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's no easy way to tell this to you, lass. But our last expedition into the unknown was one that I'll never forget.
Look, I know she's gone, but why didn't you protect her? I saw what you did to the armsman. He hasn't been manhandled like that ever.
Brugar sighs and he does hang his head low a bit, but you know that's relative because he's a dwarf. She might
Yeah.
actually be taller than him.
She probably is.
Oh dear.
That's why she's trying
But
to look imposing.
Well, like he's regretful, but he doesn't like. He gives her like a stare, like after a while, and he tells her very sternly that we knew what we were getting ourselves into, but even then we couldn't have been prepared for what befell.
Lies.
And he tells her, he looks her straight in her eyes, that what we found was unlike anything I've ever seen or read stories about. Like, what we found was death, like incarnate.
Oh. Hmm. That sucks.
He doesn't say it. He doesn't say it, but like it's heavily implied that it's like that whatever killed Amber was like one of the few things that's like really makes him like shiver in his boots.
Does Raziel have anything to add about it? He was there too.
I'll add that
Or are you
it
just
was
standing
mere
aside?
luck that we escaped with our lives. It very easily could have been all of us killed. Immediately.
We took the bodies, right? We buried them?
Yeah, you guys got the
Yeah.
bodies and escaped. After it did its thing, it actually went back. It just went back dormant again.
Dormant.
You guys were able to run. You guys ran
Right.
over and grabbed them, and you didn't hang around or anything to see if it would reactivate. But yeah, when you went over and picked up the bodies, like it didn't stop you.
I put my hand on Trissa's shoulder. I have to reach up because I'm a fucking dwarf. And I tell her that what happened to Amber and the others was unfortunate. Like, they deserved better. So don't make the same mistakes as we have.
Yeah, don't go on dangerous adventures.
But you
Indiana,
know she's.
what do I say now? He seems distraught.
She's like, he's not fun to talk to anymore.
Maybe
ask
try
you
to
if
cheer
you
him up, Trissa.
Ruh-roh.
And
And he's like, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? Like, I can hear you. Not really.
oh, I haven't introduced you to my friend. This is my friend and companion, Adiana, and she points out the little fairy that was, hiding.
Alright, now he's like, what the fuck is this? It's better than that
She's-
bird.
Hey! I'm proud of that, okay? Rude.
Yeah, I know. That was a joint venture.
Yeah.
No, I looked at the creature, then back to Trissa. I was like, when you start making friends with fairies?
Uh,
And he tells
well-
Trissa like they're dangerous, you know.
Adiana, she wouldn't hurt fly.
Does Brugar have knowledge
Well-
planes?
Mm.
Hell
Unless
no.
it was evil, mayhaps.
Okay.
No, what he does have,
Is
is
knowledge
fighter,
Yeah.
That's
and
all
he
one
knows that
needs.
fae are trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Fairies are trouble.
Well,
She isn't
Yeah.
a fairy, I
does
think.
does Razael have knowledge planes?
Well, she looks like a fairy to
No.
him.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so, at least.
So yeah, you guys don't know this, but yeah, it's not actually a fae.
Mm.
At least, that's what she told me.
Mm.
It
And
looks
she
sort of
seems
like a
pretty
fae, but it's
trustworthy,
not.
so I'm a believer.
All right, well, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching you.
Yeah, I only have knowledge religion. I don't have knowledges on this character.
Yeah, it's all good. So I think it's kind of funny though that you guys are like thinking it's a fae, and like your characters would have no reason to think otherwise. So
Yeah, exactly.
The only
'Cause it
reason
does sorta
Trissa
look like a
doesn't
fae.
think so is because she probably assumed the same thing and was corrected.
yeah,
Like, listen, I'm not a fae.
yeah.
I'm not a fairy. You look like one.
All right, well, he tells the fairy that, well, if you're friends of Trish's, then you're a friend of mine, conditionally.
Condition. Oh,
Where are we? Are we still at the party somewhere? Or what's going on?
You guys are like
No.
right outside the party, kind of out like outside of like where it was the little like kind of outside the arena or like the little I don't know
Trissa
The
probably wasn't invited
building
to
kind
the
of
party.
it's attached to it.
Well, you're kind of young. Actually, no, you're not that young. They're
You
people
probably could have
younger
got
than you that
in
watch
because
these things.
there was Like Alcé was at the party.
Yeah, but he's like an eccentric gnome who's known
Yeah.
around places.
That's true.
Like,
Trissa,
around
at least
Trissa
in
has an alter ego that's
yeah,
like
Trissa
sort of
as
infamous.
Trissa is not very well known.
Yeah.
And then yeah, your alter ego probably wouldn't have been invited either.
Right.
Maybe if somebody, you know, he probably would have been because like a lot of people have been like, that's really interesting. It'd be like that.
Are we
It'd be
talking,
like so.
Are we talking after the party's been going on for a while?
Yeah, this is after the
This
party's
is
been going a
after-
long.
this is when
This
you're
is
going
as
home from
people
the
are all
party.
leaving. So you guys are
Okay, good.
This is as you guys are leaving.
Yeah, he
Like-
mentioned to Trissa that like, yeah, let's actually go get somewhere, not talk outside.
I'm pretty sure that the
Okay.
person who would have wanted to invite you is that woman from Batman who says, "I think the Batman deserves a medal." Like that guy, that woman would invite you to the party. She lives in Magnamar. Some say she lives in
I-
all of us, but
I don't remember that woman. Which Batman are we
idea.
talking about?
one of the Christopher Nolan trilogies. I think it was
The Christian Bale one.
yeah, the Christian Bale one. I can't remember which movie she was in. I think it might have been Batman Begins when
The
I think it is
Batman Lives in
Begins.
all of
That's
us.
probably why I don't remember.
And-
I've only seen
And there
that
was like
movie
a
once.
scene where like Bruce Wayne is at like a party or something like that, and like you're like debating the Batman being a criminal and like need to arrest him, and there's like this woman who's like, I think the Batman should have a medal. Like she was actually
That's
like one of the people
the
that
Dark
was like,
Knight. I'm
was
pretty
it the Dark
sure.
Knight? I don't know. It was one of
Isn't
those.
it?
It was one of the Christopher Nolan ones.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Anywho,
let's
Trissa
finally
wasn't
get
invited.
Savath introduced, because like Alcé is sort of in it, but we have heard
Yeah, Savath.
hide nor scale of Savath.
Savath
Savath
got
also got
invited. You
invited.
guys don't know yet, but she got invited to the same mission. During like this guy tried to like recruit her basically while your fight was going, or like before your fight was going
yeah,
on
he
earlier in
found
the day,
me
basically.
wandering
Oh,
in
it's
the
Batman
streets
Begins.
earlier
You're
today.
right.
I was like near a job board.
And I say, I agree,
It-
Brugart. And I give him a big pat on the shoulder, or on the back, and I try and give him the biggest smile I can muster, and I say, you fought marvelously. Let's cheer you up.
Brugard like rolls his eyes a little bit, but he can't help but smile. He does like to be complimented, especially about how he fights. All right, yeah, let's get somewhere. But he does look around because he doesn't want anybody to get the wrong idea that he's like walking with this young girl late at night away from the party.
Aww.
Yeah, you don't want any rumors.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Magnamar and rumors. What? Magnamar's like New York City when it comes to rumors, I'm sure.
Are there a lot of rumors in New York City?
Oh my god, there are so many clubs in New
He
York.
puts
I'm sure there are.
Raziel between him and Trissa. That way it doesn't look awkward.
All right.
I don't remember
What?
this guy. Who's this guy?
He screams about his god and he throws daggers.
Uh-huh.
I don't scream.
Sounds like somebody you'd
I serve.
maybe party with.
I wonder if I can color my token. I'm gonna try.
I
Where
tell
are we
Trissa that
meeting
he is worth his weight in adamantine when it comes to destroying monsters.
Especially because I have a giant adamantine dagger.
Right.
Magical adamantine dagger.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
I mean,
about
it's
buying
small,
a second one.
He says that like it'd be a small chunk of adamantine. That stuff is pretty heavy. But it was a compliment.
Oh, Burgar. A whole year's passed and you haven't changed a bit.
He grovels
Okay.
but smiles. Yeah, why don't you tell
I
me
haven't
what
dealt
you've
much
been
with
doing?
monsters.
But yeah, they go back and
Is that the right number?
they wax on the
Oh,
evening and
fight
stuff.
this monster, save these people. you know, the usual. Getting
Yeah,
not paid enough to do too hard of work.
You just go back and reminisce about like Amber and
But
the others.
more importantly, yeah,
Tiki
this is a
and-
night for remembrance.
And Kale.
Yeah. Be sad
If
about
this were a
me.
TV show, this is where they would just have flashbacks to previous
No,
episodes
like
the entire
Brugar's
time.
definitely sad about losing those three, but especially Tiki, because she was
Mhm.
the one that would like
I was like
say
learning
yes
how
to
to be a
all the things that
drinking. Yeah, I was
he would
saying yes.
suggest.
Yeah,
Sure, let's do it.
you were always the one that would, anytime you go to like a new town and want to go check out the new bar or whatever, like Tiki'd be the one to go with you.
Yeah.
And learn bad.
Remember that
Amber,
time
Amber
we
would
ran
want to
into
go
a
like to the
shark,
library
and Amber
or
just
something.
got rid of the shark with a single spell.
I
Good
definitely remember
times.
that. That was like 4
Hey,
hours
Trissa
of prep
can do
work
that
and
too.
okay, no, it wasn't. Does Trissa tell them that you can do that
We're
too?
reminiscing.
No, not yet.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
But she does
No,
sing
yeah, of course, he has
songs
to keep-
of her alternate ego. She's her own bard.
Yeah, I expect
Yeah.
Mantis is gonna reveal this at a good, like, salient time.
So I'm sing some songs to cheer up Brugar, and they're gonna be about the hero of Magnamar, Magical Fantasia.
Yeah, and Bruger's probably gonna be like, I've never heard of this magical Fantasia, and I didn't know you knew how to sing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And my Azada friend is going to assist.
You can weave a tale that's on par with me. It's impressive. But my stories have like experience and depth to them. They're the sad dwarf song.
Yeah, you're like mine are based in reality, unlike these magical Fantasia
Yeah.
stories you're talking about.
I tell her that is not a heroic name.
What do you mean? She's
That
the
is a
hero of
gaudy name.
Magnamar.
I don't know if Brugar has actually even heard of magical Fantasia because she's a relatively recent thing, right?
Probably.
Like her
I
infamy at
asked
least
her
is.
like,
And Brugar
is this
hasn't
like
been
a
in.
character you've made up? Did you draw it like in a picture book or something?
Nah. Go ask around. You'll hear everybody talking about her. They had to get a new mayor. He got caught up in a Magical Fantasia took him down, revealed that he was the head of a Ponzi scheme.
He does laugh because like now that like she's like earnestly trying to tell him, it's getting more and more amusing to him.
But then you might think about it and realize that at least you do know that you do remember hearing something about Mayor Grabaris like not actually being the mayor anymore.
Yeah.
There was like some sort of scandal, and you're like, wait a minute. There's at least something under that, maybe.
Maybe. He thinks it's Trissa like heavily fantasizing it, which is funny because this is a fantasy world. And even this like
Yeah.
sounds hilarious to him.
You'll see one day.
But maybe the part that does like slowly click with him is that there's this fairy thing with her.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
That's the
remember that
only-
being a thing.
That's the only thing that like connects. Trissa's talking about this like fairy tale hero, and then there's just this fairy here.
And then the fairy.
That's weird.
And you guys are probably actually at like Amber's old doll shop actually, because Trissa's been living there. I don't know if Trissa's still been making dolls there or not though. might just be a
No,
whole house now.
she's bad at that.
Yeah, it might just basically be an empty storefront that you're just living in. and zoning laws in Magnamar have not been very well enforced.
Yeah, like after all that, eventually Brugger will go to sleep. He'll rest.
Do you guys stay there, or do you just go back to the inn like you guys were originally going to do?
Oh yeah, he'll probably get a room at an inn.
I think I actually followed them to like a bar
Okay, that's fair
or
too.
their tavern or whatever. And
Yeah,
then
tavern.
I'll ask them what they're up to tomorrow.
He tries not to excite the tavern too much.
So he says it. He talks about it in a hushed voice, so that the
Yeah. Like for once, he makes sure that like they get a table that's like a little bit private,
uh-huh.
and he uses the excuse that like, well, fighting the armsman has taken a lot out of me.
So do you
Took
tell
every ounce
Trissa
of my
about?
strength.
You tell Trissa then about the job?
I guess it probably comes up at some point, but yeah, he'll let her know.
Be like, yep,
Just
me
to
and
get him in
Raziel
the
are.
know.
Yeah, me and Raziel are going to talk to this guy about a job. And if they
Though
do
I don't
mention,
know if you should be telling this young one about it.
I don't know how much do you guys tell her? Like, you tell her. Do you guys just mention you guys are doing a job, or do you actually tell her any details about it?
Well, all we know is that
We don't know we're doing
this
it. We're
guy
just
is
meeting a
hiring
guy
us
to see.
yeah, to see
Mhm.
like what he wants. So we do tell him
But
that like he was.
nothing
He
you'd be
didn't tell us a
interested in,
whole
Trissa.
lot.
Did he
It's
get his
too
name?
dangerous for you.
I know people
we?
around the city, and this guy sounds awfully fishy to me.
Nope.
I don't think I gave you guys his name, but he probably would have given you one.
Yeah.
Oh. Here's this really rich merchant-looking fella. Nice jacket, nice clothes. What was his name again?
I mentioned yeah, like if I picked up a name, like what he called himself.
I'm waiting for Pluto to figure it out.
Yeah,
He's using the random name generator from Roll20.
I'm not using the one
Man
from
Fountain.
Roll20. His name is Xander. Xanderberg.
Xander.
You
Alright,
can't trust
Zuckerberg.
guys with
Tell Triss.
names that start with X. You know what they say about people with names
Oh,
that
the
start
X
with
or
X.
Z? Okay, it's X.
It is X.
It is an X.
X marks the spot as far as treasure's concerned, and this guy had plenty, let me tell you.
And actually,
Uh.
Trissa, you have like, connections and such, and you've actually heard a little bit about this. You know that Xanderberg has recently gotten a lot of wealth, and it's been from selling a very rare. He's been selling darkwood, which is very strange because darkwood does not grow anywhere near Magnamar. Um, but somehow he's managed to get a hold of a lot of that. And you do also know that a lot of his workers that have been like, because there are a lot of people that are like working underneath him, have gone they've gone missing basically. You know about that as well.
Well, this is something that Magical Fantasia definitely needs to look into.
Yeah, it does like the split screen thing, and it's like on one side it's Triss, and the other side it's the alter ego. It's like this looks like a job for Magical Fantasia.
Are you sure you're not a vigilante?
No, like I am I'm role-playing a vigilante, but I'm not the vigilante class.
Yeah, not a vigilante.
I think there technically is a feat that that gives you alter ego without gives you that part of the
I don't
vigilante.
have
You don't
I
actually
don't
have
have
that
the
though.
feats to spare.
That's fair. So
I
somebody
I
that
have 2 feet, but yeah, I can't spare them.
so your identity is not protected from like divination magic if it ever
Right,
comes
right.
to that. But yeah, you can still do mundane like an alter ego, just not through like the having two identities. Because in the
Right,
world of
like I have a
Galarian,
magical
you can have
disguise.
that.
That's not actually like
A
remarkable.
separate identity, yeah.
Yeah, people
Well, that's
get
the
out
thing,
that.
because like, some people in Galarian actually are able to do that. They actually have like two separate identities, and that they're actually like distinct in by like the weird Galarian physics slash magic rules or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not
So
quite that.
it's not. It's not. She's not like that. But she's, role playing a vigilante while not actually being one.
And she's just a silly little girl. She'll have no interest in what
Yeah,
we're doing at the party.
We talk, we maybe like drink a little bit more at the tavern, and then we turn in for bed. Unless there was anything else we needed to get up.
I think we're pretty well set, and if we move on to the next day, I can get the whole party into one place finally.
Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do too.
So,
Yeah. That's
help
where
me
we're
understand. Why are we like? Is Trista going with us? And if so, why are we bringing a 16-year-old
No,
girl
we
who
didn't
knows
know
nothing?
that.
No.
You don't
She
know
just
that.
have any
Trista just
intention.
knows of things that's
No,
going on.
I'm
and
pretty
she's going
sure-
to show up.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
didn't
I
invite
was gonna say,
her
I'm
to go
pretty
with
sure
us.
Mantis figured out what I was trying to go for here,
No,
luckily,
but
and that's
no, Zerdurium is all we wanted to do.
Zerdurium's the only one who
was
hasn't figured
give her
it out, I
the
guess.
information in character, so that magical Fantasia
she had a
could
reason to
show
be
up.
there. Yeah,
Oh.
she's gonna show up on her own, basically.
I see.
Just you wait and see.
So I don't think she's going.
She exists, right?
Yeah, you don't think she's gonna be there?
Okay.
This superhero.
So
Yeah, we're going to
we
be
have
like,
a.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're real.
No way.
I just heard about it.
Oh god, that's gonna make her
Looks
giddy and sad.
surreal.
Alright. So the next day, there's probably a little bit of time during the morning. He asks you to meet him there like late morning, so you have a little bit of time in the early morning if you guys wanted to do, if you
Deal
really
with the
wanted to do
hangover.
anything. Yeah, or if you wanted to go buy something, or maybe Rugar wants to get a new potion to displace him or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
restock my
say,
potions if I can.
yeah, you get. I mean, you could probably. You can probably get whatever. I guess I'll just like give you like a lump sum of like 5,000 gold just for winning the
Yay for winning.
winning against the armsman. So you can use some of that to get your potions.
Hell yeah, you know me and my potions, I need them.
Yeah, I bought a bunch myself, like fly and stuff.
I'm saving
Yeah,
up
yeah.
for a
Need a potion of
big
flying
I
purchase.
now
can't
too.
fly yet, but I will be able to soon.
I believe I can fly.
I guess
Little do
Alcé
you
can
know
though,
that.
right?
Huh?
That might just be with the fly spell though. I'm not sure how his character worked exactly. We'll find out soon, I suppose. So
What? I can
I'm
fly.
assuming.
I have air things.
No, I'm talking about Ron's character. He mentioned being
He's
able
a
to fly.
dragonfly.
You mentioned being able to fly, so I assume he can.
Yes, on my mount.
So yeah, you end up. I'm assuming eventually you guys all make your way over there though, to Xander Berg's.
Yep.
Like resident
Mark
or his
Zuckerberg?
office that he tells you to meet. So it's down
He's
in
actually
the
Mark
kind of.
Zuckerberg.
It's this
Aw.
red dot kind of in the bottom of the dockway. Maybe it's the Galarian version of Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh no, I can't control my fairy token.
Oh, I'll fix that. If I double click it, I can hit controlled by Mantis. I need to do the same thing with let's see here. Oh, actually, I think we're okay on. Yeah, we're okay on for Gorg. He's actually tied to a character sheet that Secret has control of, so I think we're good on
Yeah.
that one.
Mhm.
And then I think we're good. I think everyone's token should be under their control right now. Not that it especially matters in this particular screen because we're just on a map here, but So yeah, you guys get there, and yeah, you see there's Brugar and Raziel are there. Savoth, who they have never met, and Alcé, who they maybe Raziel, who rolled pretty good on perception, maybe remembered seeing him at some point, but didn't really think anything of it. It was just like a weird gnome. But yeah, the two of you see two characters that you have not seen, and does Savoth have her dragon with her as well?
Probably.
I'm used
yeah.
to double clicking for fancy grounds.
I mean, as long as the joint allows me to bring it in. I mean, it's small like I
Yeah,
am,
no,
so you know.
He definitely allows you to bring it in because he knew what he was. You have a reputation already.
A
That's
reputation,
why he.
yeah.
That's why he. Yeah, that's why he's willing to pay money for you to, like,
Oh,
do this
yeah.
job for him. He's expecting to see the dragon there.
Great.
Yeah, so as you guys kind of start coming in, he's like, "Oh, yes, welcome," and he has like a servant kind of bring tea and like little snacks out, little cakes, and tells you all to make yourself comfortable. So does magical Fantasia show up like just during this time, or what is she doing?
Give me a second.
Yeah, so Brugar sees a kobold, a dragon, and a gnome. How does I mean, this gnome was raised by dragons. How does he react to seeing a gold dragon?
And a white kobold.
Yeah. Like, is he? I'm assuming he's probably interested, especially in the dragon.
Wait, did you say Raziel?
No.
No,
Okay, I didn't think so,
Monster.
but no one answered.
What? Sorry, what was the question, Zidarium, about Raziel?
No, I just wasn't sure if you were talking to me or someone else because like no one was
I was
talking.
trying to talk to I was
I was
trying to
like,
talk to
did I miss
Ron
something?
about like what Alcé's reaction to seeing a Savoth and a gold dragon is in particular, because I feel like that would be kind of like the biggest thing
Shock.
that he would notice. Yeah, like because gold dragons have particular significance to him.
Wait,
Run back
I thought
now.
you said Brugar.
No, I was talking to Alcé, I was talking to you. Alcé, because
First it was
Brugar does like
Brugar,
gold.
Then it was you.
Oh.
yeah, Brugar. Yeah, Matt already mentioned like Brugar being kind of like surprised about a kobold and a dragon being there in particular, but you guys have a little bit of time to like talk to each other a little bit before he's gonna. He says I have a few things I have to put in order, and then I will talk with you in a moment. And he kind of like he leaves some like tea and cakes and stuff for you guys to snack on and whatnot, and tells you to make yourself comfortable. He'll be back shortly.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Really? Or curious?
I mean, you guys may have both heard of each other because you guys are both like infamous, or famous rather. You guys are like famed adventurers in your own right. Like, it's
Yeah.
possible all of you guys have heard of each other
Maybe.
at least at some point.
I might have
If
like,
you have
heard
knowledge
the names
local,
when
you're more likely
people
to know.
bring 'em up.
Yeah. I mean, you might not know much about them unless you have knowledge of local, but you've probably heard the names or something. Or like, if somebody tells you like, oh, that's like somebody says to Savoth, oh, that's Brugar over there. You'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that guy.
Yeah, like Brugar, I think, is
Especially
the only one
lately,
of these
like-
characters that's like very vocal about promoting himself.
Yeah. But I mean, you guys are all level 11 characters, so you're all, like I said, you're all famed within your own
They're all
right.
legendary, yeah.
You're all legendary heroes, basically.
Yeah, names might not be dropped, but like deeds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I have improved uncanny dodge. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Like a town or like a hamlet or something talking about the deeds of two, maybe they just say two dragons.
like help them.
Yeah. I mean, there's possibly some overlap in like the legend of like Savath and Ause in some ways, right? Because they both kind of have they're both dragon disciples, right?
I
Yes.
guess I don't. She doesn't know of him. I mean, she might have heard of people's
Not very
names,
much. Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, I just figure you guys may have heard each other because like maybe like I wouldn't be surprised if people have asked. Like Ause has probably had people ask him about Savath, and people have probably asked Savath about Ause because they probably have like a reason to kind of suspect. Like, are you guys like related in some way? You know, like people ask weird questions like that about that sort of thing. I would imagine,
Okay.
and so in that sense, you might be like thinking like, oh, that's that guy that they were asking about, and I always was like, I don't know who you're talking about. But now you're like, okay, I do know now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I picture it, at least. Like, I mean, it's your guys' characters, so you're free to make your own decisions on that sort of stuff. But
I mean, yeah. If people were stopping and asking her and bringing up a name all the time, and then she hears about, she hears this name here at the table, then she's definitely gonna register that. The dragon will probably register it a whole lot more than her.
mm-hmm.
If you're all speaking common.
Yeah,
which I
Burgar
think it
comes
knows
up to them
common.
like not. Oh yeah, they can speak.
Okay. Well, right, but I
They
know
can
they know
definitely speak.
Draconic, but I'm pretty sure it would know Common as well. Just inherently by me, I guess.
Probably whatever language, like yeah, you.
It's common
you
knowledge.
Speak to it with. It probably just has languages that you speak, at least up to its intelligence modifier.
Well, yeah, because we speak mostly Draconic, because I speak that fluently.
Yeah, Gold Dragon Wormlings get Common, Draconic, and Elven by
Oh,
default.
Elven.
Although
Okay.
they doesn't necessarily need to have Elven because I'm pretty sure that's just like the thing to keep in mind with the stat blocks in here is that they're making a bunch of default choices, but you can always
Yeah.
rework some of those. It's the same thing anytime you make like a high level dragon in Hero Lab, it doesn't assign the spells, but if you look up the stat block in the SRD, for example, it assigns a bunch of spells. So if you can always assign them as different like spells that they know than like what the default is.
Right.
Same sort of thing with
Yeah, so
languages.
Oh, you want me
if
to
you speak
build
Common
my
and
own
Draconic
dragon?
and like one
Oh,
other
I can do
language,
that.
So he probably
that's what we're doing.
speaks.
I'm
Yeah, he
trying
probably
to figure
speaks
out
Common,
what book I
Draconic,
need to
and
do
Kobold.
that in Hero Lab.
Oh yeah, maybe he speaks Kobold.
That's what I would figure, most likely. But
Well, Kobold's language
Yeah, that makes
is
sense.
Draconic. Like, there is no Kobold.
Oh, okay,
Oh, right,
It
right.
is, yeah. And
Didn't she
I didn't
speak
even
Undercommon?
remember. I didn't even speak. No, because she never went to the. I thought about that, but she never went to the underworld. That's why I chose Shawanti. I could have chosen Elven, but I didn't. So she speaks.
Well, I mean, he
Common.
probably learned Shoanchi with you by proximity.
Yeah, because she's been in that general area
That would make
chasing
sense.
that green dragon while
I do
she had
remember-
this egg.
I do remember she spoke Undercommon. Savath did in Second Darkness, at least.
Oh, did she? Maybe she
That's what I
forgot
thought.
it. I don't know. I
She might have
didn't
forgot
choose
it. Maybe she
Yeah.
never did speak it after all. Yeah, who knows? I could be remembering that wrong, or we retconning it. I mean, who knows? I'm learning new things about
Yeah,
these
real-
characters all the time. I didn't know Trissa was magical Fantasia either until recently.
Neither did I.
But yeah, he does come up to the new people that he can see for right now, not toting their fame or their exploits, but just rather his surprise and little bit of awe at how they appear. Like he says to the kobold and the dragon that I don't see your kind here very often or at all. Like, what brings you here?
I get that a lot. Adventure for this one. money to feed this one for me.
You've picked a fine city. A fine city to gather wealth in. There's a lot of it here. And is this is Ron's token, right? The gray guy?
Yes,
Yes.
the gnome.
Yeah.
The crazy looking gnome.
Gnomes always look crazy, though. All of them
Yeah.
look crazy.
Yeah, he's the one that kind of like doesn't stand out very well to Brugar, and he looks
Oh,
to
man.
him and says, and
In a way, he stands out by how much he doesn't stand out.
right. Yeah, it's like a negative amount,
Oh, gee.
an absolute value of standing out.
You look too average to be a hero.
And
Well,
I
it's
guess
mostly
that's
just
probably
that
how he starts the conversation with him, is that like you're here
What's
for a
so
reason.
special about you?
Yeah, basically asking him what's so special about you.
Why you?
Because he
Me?
probably doesn't look terribly imposing either. Like he's a gnome, so he's pretty
Yeah, he's
small.
a gnome.
He looks small
I
even
could-
next to you.
I could crush him underneath my boot. But yeah, if he doesn't answer, then I look to them all and say, well, I can't help but notice that we're all sort of meeting here in the same spot. Like you all met with this man, Xander. Yes.
I mean, it is interesting that you guys are also hired, but I've been taking odd jobs for a while.
We didn't
now.
agree to anything. We're not hired yet.
Oh,
We came here to hear what the deal is. Speaking
She
of
just
which, where is
nods
our host? He's been
respectfully
gone a
at
long time.
He actually does come back about this time, and he
I'm
brings
starting to
with
get
him.
suspicious.
He's got like this little like package with him as well, and he says, "Sorry to keep you waiting." And he puts this package kind of on the table. He kind of clears some of the like cakes and tea stuff off to the side a little bit, so there's room for it. And he opens it up, and inside you see like this very peculiar looking wood that some of you may recognize as dark wood.
Darkwood. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
it's gonna be like, what is that? And then
My
he'd be
bow's
like,
made out
wouldn't
of
you
this.
like to know?
I have a Darkwood.
No,
bow.
he doesn't say that. Yeah,
Oh,
so he
that's
says
my
this
game.
is. He says, "I'm sure that you perhaps have encountered this before, but this is a material known as darkwood.
Yeah.
It is not native. It is not native to this part of Galarian.
Hmm.
What do I know of Darkwood?
It's nice.
Knowledge nature. Do you have that?
No.
Savath pulls out
Okay,
her bow and she shows it to you.
Yeah. As you can see, it is very useful for things, for weapons in particular. It's very sturdy and very lightweight for how sturdy it is.
Okay. Great. You have a nice piece of wood.
But yes, these grow normally in very in distant Andorran is where, or down in the jungles to the south.
Is
But
magical Fantasia waiting?
I have another source. If you believe it, it's not from Galarian.
Oh?
I've recently come
listening.
upon a this strange opening into this other world, which at first we didn't know much of what to do with, but we realized that the forest on the other side had very, very valuable wood in it, this dark wood.
Oh, don't do
And so
it.
we began harvesting it. However, it seems that we have upset somebody on the other side or something, and they've been harassing and waylaying our people. And recently, we believe they've either captured or, and I hope this isn't the case, but they may have even killed some of our workers over there. And that's where you come in. I'd like you to venture into this world and find my men and put a stop to this nuisance and terrible danger to my workers. I'd be willing
You
to pay you,
mentioned
of
you have
course.
some idea of what the thing is that's taking your men.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of guardian or something like that. The men mostly, when this first happened, it was as though the strange wildlife was rising up against us. So I think it might be some sort of strange, foul forest spirit or something.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, if it's killing humans, it's probably not good.
well, you're chopping down
Or
its
capturing.
trees. Or maybe they're not its trees, but maybe it has a reason.
I'd be willing to pay you a very large amount of money to rescue my men and put a stop to this.
I can certainly try to do that, but we can try a rescue mission.
He
Savak
says I'll
nods
pay
over to Gork.
2,000 platinum or 20,000 gold to the lot of you. It's a very
So that's
lucrative
total.
operation. No, to each.
Oh, each.
Oh.
Right. Right.
So in
20,000
total,
gold is
that would
pretty
be 80,000 gold to divide up.
Oh yeah, he's willing to pay a lot. This is like, yeah, a huge
So
amount.
out of character, you
Worthy
guys
of
actually wouldn't. You guys
hero-
wouldn't quite get
the
the
champion.
20,000 if you guys divided up with Mantis's character as well. But
Mhm.
No, he'll cough up another 20,000 for that chick.
I mean, you guys might be able to convince him too. But right now, that's what he's offering. He's offering 80,000 gold.
So out of character, me the player doesn't know, does Guardian Forest Spirit sound unnatural, like something that Gazre would want me to fight, or does it sound, or is that like a
Well,
natural
who said
thing that is maintaining order?
Who says we have to fight? He says get his men out. So it's a
Sure,
rescue
but
mission.
my expertise is fighting, so that's how I take it.
Yeah, you're not really sure. It kind of sounds.
Okay, that's how me the player feels.
Yeah, especially because you don't have knowledge nature or knowledge planes, which would be the two roles that might give you some insight into this.
Okay.
You're not really sure what to make of that.
I'll agree then, on the condition that my god does not object once I find out if that's what's really going on.
Okay.
But if it's some kind of guardian or monster you need taken care of, I'm your man. And for 20,000, or was it 2,000 platinum, you've bought me. My services, I mean.
Brugar also accepts, and he tells him that I will accept this 2,000 platinum pieces. I will rescue your men, and should this creature come knocking, I'll give it a good thumping.
All right. Excellent. And what about you two? And he looks towards Ause and Savath.
Yeah, yes, we both
It's a
agree.
task you're willing to take on.
We both
Yeah.
agree that we need to rescue.
All right, wonderful. Then I will show you where the operation takes place.
And then let's see. I'm sure this is the moment where somebody wants to make an entrance.
Gosh.
Maybe
The
not.
lights go dim, and then the disco ball shows up.
I need to
And
answer one of Man's
Magical
questions real-
Fantasia appears and says, "This sounds like a job for Magical Fantasia."
And
What? My jaw just dropped.
he like, yeah, and Xander kind of like almost falls over, like what the, and he stands up and kind of brushes, like, it's like, good heavens, what is this? I didn't invite you here.
Burgar is equally disoriented and
Do I
confused.
recognize Magical Fantasia?
Yeah.
Mm.
How well
Savath doesn't
disguised
know
are you?
anything.
It'd be a perception versus disguise,
Disguise?
right?
That's what I want. I probably will be able to tell.
But Burgar is like, wait a minute, like I
Maybe.
heard of you, and he gets up and like points like a finger
Oh,
at
yeah.
her, like what's that lady that's putting these crazy stories into young lasses' head?
Yeah, it looks like actually Raziel actually would recognize, because that is a really high perception roll versus disguise, so so Raziel at least would recognize that this is Trissa in a disguise.
I don't say anything because I'm amused by Brugar's reaction.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody, like, I mean, obviously Sivoth and Ausei have
No
never
idea.
met
I mean,
Trissa,
I don't want
so-
to roll against Manta.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I feel like it kind of like cheapens the situation if we roll to see if we recognize who this is. There's no reason that we would like, think
Scrutinize,
to
yeah.
scrutinize.
The person who just appeared after not being invited.
Raziel does, I guess, and
I'm
kind of realizes
very-
it doesn't say anything about it.
Like, scrutinous of
But-
situations.
Yeah, so Xander will say,
But
well,
I don't say anything.
Xander will say, like, well, I wouldn't have thought to invite you to this, but if you're willing to help my men, then all right then. And then yeah, he kind of after a little bit of time, like composing himself, he says, "All right, this way then."
Hold on. Brugar puts his hands up and he goes over to this magical Fantasia and he says, I don't. You've gotten yourself a name here in Magnamar, sure, but you understand that what we're doing, because I assume you've been listening, is dangerous. This ain't no place for pretty,
Magical girls.
pretty, lollygaggers. Yeah, magic. Yeah, he says magical girls.
And you say that
This is
again.
no place for a princess.
Yeah, magical like fairy princesses.
No, I'm saying you say that again. You've had
Oh,
deja
I
vu
don't
cast
understand.
on you.
Brugar folds his arms and says, give me one good reason why we would take you along on something that is serious and dangerous, and likely life-threatening." You know how to swing a sword?
Can you fly?
Well,
Yes, as a
he
matter of
pulls
fact,
out
I
a bottle.
can.
And she
I
touches
say-
him, and she says, "Now you can fly."
Okay,
Does
he's
Brugar
felt
fly?
this before.
Yeah, you can
If
probably
you make
feel
Test to
that.
see if you
Durgar
can, like,
fly,
float
you
off
win
the
his
ground.
heart.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that easy.
It's
Still
Xander
doesn't mean this is
reads the
any place for a
situation
young
a little bit
woman.
late. It steps in and goes, whoa, 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 let's direct all this energy at at these creatures that are harassing my men and stopping my money-making operation here.
I say to Magical Fantasia, alright, you've got some tricks and some experience, but
If anything happens to her, it's not on my hands. I won't be
can you
responsible for this.
can you really sling some spells? I've seen someone who's not just proficient with magic, but who is an expert with it. Can
Of
you
course
defend
I can.
yourself?
Who do you think I am? I'm Magical Fantasia, hero of Magnamar.
It's true, you know, she did take down the corrupt mayor.
Who's saying?
This is what Xander says. She did take down the corrupt mayor.
And do you expect the thing we're going to fight is as strong as the mayor? Or much
Well,
more
I mean,
dangerous?
well, to be honest, the mayor was kind of like not very well. He was kind of fat. Like he wasn't that dangerous, but he did have dangerous connections.
Yeah, he knows this like druid that has like an army of cats.
Oh.
That's true.
True.
So I'll say it's on
I don't
you
think
if you
she
want to
was
invite her.
here. I don't think she was here when Grabaris was busted. I shudder to think what might have happened if she were.
I'll tell Xander, it's on you if you want to have her go with us, but I won't be responsible for anything that happens to her, and she's not taking any of my cut.
Look, I'm sure she can handle herself.
Brugar's surprised that Xander has faith in this person, but
he's a local from Magnamar. He's heard of her.
he puts his hands up and he relents and gives her a look of all right, I'll let your actions speak for themselves.
And he swings his axe at her.
I don't carry an
He
axe.
doesn't have an axe.
He doesn't have
Or
an axe.
whatever,
Yeah, he's got
weapon.
a hammer.
Axes are for closers.
Like most arcane casters, if somebody gets to me, I'm in some deep shit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, if somebody gets to me, they're gonna die.
Well, you're not most arcane casters that are 9th level casters.
Is she like a bloat mage or something?
Is
that
there
what
a
it's called?
Does the dragon have a name? I would have asked the Voth that earlier, like, because I'm sure she introduces herself, but like I looked at the dragon and like, what about you? He kind of treats the dragon as like a separate entity because he like, yeah, like they're both.
Well, that's because the dragon is,
mindful
and the dragon
people.
is very courteous and says that his name is Gorig, and he says it in common.
Oh, and yeah, Brugar tells him like, although ye be young, my people, the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains, like tell legendary stories of the gold-scaled dragons and their acts of valor.
I've never met them.
The dwarves or
Maybe
the other
not.
gold-skinned dragons?
The other dragon. Or the dwarves.
Oh. Maybe one day you will.
I don't know if I care.
Alright, so Xander leads you guys
Yeah, I go.
in this facility towards a kind of down into a basement into it, right? And as he's going down there, he kind of explains the situation. He says, this building used to be lived in by an eccentric wizard.
Oh.
And what he left in the basement can only be described as a portal to another world. I'm sure such matters may be somewhat trivial to such traveled adventurers as yourselves, but I was, of course, very amazed to discover this and hired some people to help me look into it. And we were very amazed to find the Darkwood in it. But as we later found out, there are great dangers in this world as well. And you guys get there, and yeah, you see there's kind of like a gateway, and it kind of reminds Brugar and Raziel a little bit, maybe, of like the the portals that they dealt with, kind of in that demi-plane, just a little bit. But yeah, and it's definitely like an active portal, appears to be. And you can kind of see a little bit up through the other side that there appears to be like kind of a forest, like a very thick forest on the other side of it.
All right.
Are there any other dangers you're aware of on the other side? Any kind of weather or environmental issues we might run into?
Well, things feel very strange over there. But, I mean, apart from that, the weather is normally very, very pleasant most of the time. But, yes, there's all sorts of strange animals and such there, and they've recently become hostile. Very hostile. But they seem like sort of like the sort of animals you would find over here on this world, but they seem very more like the wolves have larger larger heads and nastier bites, that sort of thing. Longer claws.
Weird.
That's strange indeed.
Oh, so we're actually going to this like on the same day, huh?
Apparently.
I mean,
Well,
unless you
Tristan
guys don't
just
want to go
cast
in there
all-
yet.
Burgar says he wasn't expecting that.
Cast a
but,
bunch of spells.
You know, he like
Better
he looks like he's ready. He's got
get
all
it
his
over
armor and
with.
weaponry, and he just asks Xander then like, all right, well, I want half up front.
Okay, well.
Half of it up front.
He says, I'm not walking into a portal without getting something.
Hmm. Well, but I'm not getting anything yet either. How do I know you're not just gonna go through that portal and then teleport somewhere else?
That's a point.
He says, I'll remind ye, trying to hassle the champion of Magnamar's arena. If not half,
I'll
then
vouch for
25%.
Brugar's honor. He will never disgrace his honor and his name in that way.
25%, take it or leave it or I walk.
Oh my.
Alright, I'll pay 25%.
Alright, that's more like it.
So he
Is
pulls
that
out
just for Brugar or everyone?
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
just for me.
I'm asking Pluto.
I have street cred.
Like, does he
well, I
just
mean,
assume like, oh,
does
I'll do it
everyone-
for Brugar, I'll do it for everyone, or
I mean, are
because
you
I don't really care.
vouching for it?
Yeah, no,
Then probably not.
he actually just pulls out 20,000 and 20,000 gold and just starts handing it out to everyone, dividing it up. Like he just hands it to like Brugar and says, "This 20,000, you can divide this up amongst the rest of your team here who we've
Okay,
assembled."
so 20,000 5 ways.
Mhm.
Alright, that's 4,000 each then.
I look kind of unhappy as I didn't want to split gold with this 16-year-old girl who I think is useless, but I don't say anything.
I'm not gonna deny her chance to show me that she's got the stuff.
Oh right, no. I'm not trying to deny her the chance. I'm just thinking like this is a big waste of time.
Oh, he
but
thinks it
whatever.
is too, but it's not his money.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go then.
And Brugar has to hustle some people sometimes. He has weight to throw around. All this fame isn't worth anything if you can't, like, yeah, just use it
Get
constantly.
what you want.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
I've acquired
I thank
fame,
him,
but I don't agree.
and then Brugar is gonna. Oh, sorry about that. But okay, so Brugar is gonna be the first one in.
Okay.
He's gonna honor his deal here. Shield in hand and other hand open, but with his trusty warhammer at his side, which he'll probably have to name at some point. Its exploits are as legendary as he, but he will take the first step through the portal.
Did you enchant that?
Okay.
Please tell me you enchanted your warhammer.
Yeah, it's a +2 now.
Good.
Oh, we're hopping through now.
I'll go in after Brugar with both daggers at my side, ready to draw them at a moment's notice.
Okay. So as you all step through one by one, maybe not necessarily one by one, maybe some of you guys go in two at a time. It's wide enough for two people to kind of fit through at once.
Sure.
But as you step through, yeah, you come into this scene. So there's these large trees kind of stretching out as far as you can see. You guys are kind of in like this clearing around the portal here. And you can kind of see that there's been like there's like stumps and such, and you can tell like they've done some like they've cut a bunch of trees down, and there's like evidence of kind of like a camp, kind of like a lumber camp, kind of set in there around there. And you hear there is like a lot of you hear kind of like there's some birds chirping and such. Like it's not like quiet or anything. It has like the normal like sounds of like a forest as you walk into it. And there's like a bright blue sky that's like super vibrant, especially compared to kind of the more grayish kind of sky that you've been used to in Magnamar during the because I think it's in the middle. It's like late. It's actually about what time of year it is. It'd be about what time of year it is right now in Magnamar. A little bit later. It's like February in Magnamar.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks like kind of like a vibrant spring day. You were gonna ask a question, Ron?
Well, I was going to say, before I went through the portal, I would have summoned my Eidolon.
Okay. Do you have like a token for that? Do you want me to
Yeah, I
down?
think I gave you a token for it in Steam. If you need a different link. Oh, I only gave you that token. Never mind.
Yeah, I only got the one for your.
I'll grab it really quickly. Stop tokens. Upload. Okay, whatever. Click, copy link. There, I just put it in chat. And it would be resembling a wingless dragon.
All right.
Neat.
Just dragons everywhere now.
Mm-hmm. We're overrun with dragons.
Our party just got a whole lot more companions.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Mine isn't going to be in combat. Like, Adiana's going to stay away from combat.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna have like Gorig in combat either, but he'll fly around and be safe and maybe breath weapon stuff. If it's safe.
Where did it save that to? I don't know. I'll get that in there eventually. While you guys are there, what do you guys do? Anybody have knowledge planes they want to roll?
I do not.
Oh, maybe.
But I do look around.
I don't know if I
My
brought
perception.
No, I don't.
I have 7 int.
All right. This is Definitely an interesting party.
He's gone from being
Somebody has it.
he's the opposite of
No,
the
I
skill
didn't.
person now.
Nope. No plane.
All right,
Even
so
though I
Brugar's
know
just
we were
looking around
doing-
then. Does
Yeah.
does Adiana have it?
No,
I wanna roll
Adiana doesn't
perception.
have knowledge
I just have
plane.
to get to my computer. I'm in
Oh,
my warm
actually,
bed.
yes,
It's really
yes, she
hard to get
does.
out. Mm.
Not great, but it's +8.
Okay, roll time.
She rolled a 5.
Okay. I think
I
that's
rolled
still
a
good enough to
24
know
perception.
this is a pretty well-known plane. Adiana would inform you that this is where you would meet a real fairy. This is the first world.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Ah, they're farming from the first world and the Fae are mad. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of
I'll do
coming,
that.
kind of piecing together a little bit what's going on here, perhaps.
Yeah.
The first world.
Brugar notices some signs of like over kind of on one side of it. He kind of notices that it looks like there's like some blood on the ground even, and some like what looked like to be like some weapons that got left on the ground as well, like signs of a struggle over to like one side of the encampment that you guys like this clearing you're in.
All right. We'll point that out and see if we should go investigate it because we are looking for people who have been taken captive.
Okay.
Look for signs of struggle.
If only we had an investigator.
Oh, that's why I don't see it. It's saved it as like a weird name for some reason. All right. There is your Eidolon. It's probably not that. Well, I don't know. It might be that big. What size is your Eidolon?
I'm small, it's medium.
It's medium. Okay, so it's actually bigger than you.
Yes.
And then I'll say
Pretty sure Adiana's
controlled
tiny.
by.
Yeah, tiny size.
Caffeine's character Tristan is not going with you guys.
No, I was wondering about that.
Aw.
I miss Tristan.
I was down. I was down for. It was a rogue, right?
No,
He was an
Alchemist.
alchemist,
No.
actually.
Oh, alchemist.
As an
oh.
alchemist.
Yeah, well. I don't know about that one then.
Feels Flask Man.
Okay, so you guys get to over. You kind of wander over to that sign of a battle that Brugar pointed out, and you look around.
Yeah, let me get a perception. I don't have the dragon set up yet, so for now it's just not. doing
Dragon.
stuff. For now it's just me.
Do I get to roll perception again or keep the 30?
Yeah, go ahead and roll another one.
Okay. Not so good that time, but whatever.
Didn't sound like anyone did that well, so I'll roll.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's all right still though. So kind of you piece, you guys all looking around, you kind of piece together. It looks like, it does actually look like a couple of, like you kind of see these tracks of like somebody getting dragged off into the forest, out into like where into the denser vegetation, and it looks like somebody was dragged out that way.
Oh,
Possibly
okay.
2 people, you think, and like you kind of can see. It doesn't look like there's any like dead bodies or anything lying around or anything. It does look like there was some blood, like and you kind of think it was probably most of it was might be maybe human blood, but some of it might have been some sort of animal's blood as well. It's hard to really tell. Nobody here's like blood all kind
A
of looks the
woodsman.
same, right?
You have to
Yeah.
taste it, but I'm not doing that.
No.
But yeah, you kind of see like it
But it
seems like
looks
there's
like
some like
red blood.
yeah, but there's like some spots you kind of see like it looks like there's some torn fabric, perhaps like somebody's clothes got ripped
Okay.
as well. And there's a couple axes like lying on the ground too.
So likely this way.
You guys want to try to follow the tracks as they drag in there? Anybody have survival and tracking? I don't know if anybody in this party even does. You guys might just have to kind of wander out that way.
I do have survival.
I
I
have
rolled
a little
well.
bit.
Look at that.
But
I have 1 point in survival.
Wait, does the dragon have survival?
I have survival.
I will survive.
Where's it open?
Bam.
Damn. Brugar's been trying to stay alive.
Yeah. Ever since that fateful day.
I'm really tired.
Okay, so you guys are able to. We're probably gonna wrap it up pretty soon, but I think we're gonna do one more thing.
No, that's fine. I think I'm just gonna pass out right after though, which I never do.
Yeah. Oops. What did I just do?
But
Oh,
we're
God.
good.
Okay, we're fine. I thought I broke something for a second, but no, it's still we're doing okay still. So yeah, as you guys are going through, you guys are able to kind of pick up a trail, and you begin following it.
Yeah.
So mostly it's
Sure.
mostly Brugar and Raziel
And
kind
me. Yeah, okay.
of are able to kind of pick up this trail, and you guys start making your way through it. Go ahead and everybody roll me a perception as well. Like another one more perception.
One more. Okay. Oh man. These numbers.
Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Wait, did I get one for Trissa / Magical Fantasia? I see one for Adiana, but
Or you want one for Magical Fantasia? too?
Another one.
yeah, roll one. I guess is yours like really bad? Okay, that's why. It makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess do you
I
have a
don't have
thing that
skill
lets
points, man.
do you have anything that lets you act in a surprise round if like your familiar notices it but you don't?
I don't think so.
If there was theoretically a surprise round about to happen.
I am flying. So,
Okay, but you this is like through a thick forest. You might have to be pretty low to the ground in order just to be able to keep with everyone
Okay.
else, or are you above the tree line?
no, I'm not above the tree line.
All right, I'm gonna pull you guys into a map here then. and go ahead and kind of arrange yourselves how you would be, like where you'd be
Dang
at.
it, I don't get to MS Paint.
No, this is a map that you have never seen before, ever. It's very new.
Nope, never.
Yep,
I like
that's
this.
for sure.
It actually probably does
There's
look
no
a little different
spiders
than
that are gonna
last
show
week's
up?
Yeah,
spot.
you added trees.
I added trees to it.
This is the spider
Allison's never
map,
seen
right?
this place before.
We've been I've used this same like base for a
And the
map.
Hellhound.
Like, yeah, it's also where you fought the demon bear. I've used it many times. So
And some
I've
ogres.
used it once, and apparently it left a deep
Yeah.
impression on Zerdaria.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah!
I'm
That's
fine
That's
with
why
right.
it's like, this is the spider
that's where you think of
map.
the spiders. That's where he's thinking it. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was
Pluto
like,
gives
I never
freedom of
used it for
movement.
spiders. Yeah, but yep, that was the same map as well. Because you can't see it on here because I pulled it off the map. But if I had like I put it off the edge of the map, actually you can't kind of see it. It's over there.
Uh-huh.
There's like a little cave over the right side, a little like you can kind of barely see. But
Haha.
so you guys happy where your tokens are placed?
Which way is forward?
Which
in
way are we
direction
going?
Oh, sorry. You guys are going from left to right.
Left to right. Wait, what?
Hmm You
That-
guys are going like this way.
Okay, I'm gonna be
You can see my arrow.
directly behind Brugor, probably. I mean, uh... do we
Alright,
wanna
I get on
lock in a
my
flying
Eidolon.
V or what?
Wait, what? Did you delete your character, Ron? What's going on?
No, I have it grouped.
Oh, okay. Wait, you guys, are you riding your Eidolon?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair. Let me, here, let me do something here. Let me put the, there we go. I want to put your gnome token on to the front.
You could even make his token a little bit smaller, so we can see
Yeah.
them both.
Good call. There you go.
So you're kind of off to the side there, a little bit ahead of the party then.
He's the scout.
I'm just... Yeah, I'm kind of hovering in the air as I go along.
All right, so
School
as you guys are walking, most of you kind of notice these wolves kind of emerging from within the tree line around you, like the trees around you, kind of coming out from behind them and growling at you.
Oh, no.
And
What
they're
do I know
gonna
about
kind
'em?
of. Well, we're gonna get into that in a second because I'm gonna have to have everybody roll initiative, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
My roll 20 just
So there might
froze
be
up
a
as I start
chance
as I was
for...
trying to.
Yeah.
Let's see what everybody can do.
Can you re-drag my token back onto the map?
Eventually, roll 20 froze up on me, so.
Of course.
It's a wolf! Ow!
I'm just gonna refresh it and hope for the best.
Okay.
Dog goes wolf.
I guess my cohort technically goes on its own turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna have his own initiative.
he'd have his own initiative.
Yeah. I don't have his thing all filled out.
Technically,
so I'm
animal
just gonna use the
companions
basic
and whatnot do too.
stat block. Yeah,
Although we usually house rule it that they get to use your initiative.
it's easier that way.
Usually, what you do, even if you do roll it, is you for a lot of stuff is you
Have 'em
say,
hold.
well, they hold until I tell them what to do,
Yeah.
and then they end up having the same initiative as you anyway.
Hmm.
It just matters if you go for or you roll better, they roll better.
This guy has a 2 initiative. I can roll for him. Let's see.
Yeah, if you roll better than them, then they don't hold, and they just go later in the turn order.
Or you would hold.
No, you hold.
Dude, how many wolves are there?
There's 5 of them. So
There's
this
a lot
is
of them, it's a pack.
what is it's a
Green
pack of
eyes black
wolves.
wolf?
So these wolves do look a little bit different than what you normally see. They have larger heads, larger feet, like the parts that are dangerous, like their teeth seem longer. Like they seem everything's all the dangerous bits on them look elongated, and they kind of are
Okay.
a little bit more ferocious looking than normal wolves. I think they
Cool.
might actually. They're also actually large creatures. So
Oh,
bigger than.
boy.
They're actually quite a bit bigger than normal wolves.
Oh no!
And they were trying to kind of be stealthy and get a jump on you, but they weren't. They aren't really. They weren't actually really all that stealthy.
No.
Well, they kind of
They're
were.
quite
Like you
big.
guys got pretty close to them before they showed up. But yeah, when they try to jump out at you, it doesn't catch most of you by surprise, except for Magical Fantasia. She was totally caught off guard, but her familiar wasn't.
She
Um,
she was off looking at the trees.
yeah. So let's see. Did everybody roll initiative already? It looks
I
like they
still need my
did.
token.
No,
Except-
I mean, here, I got it.
Here's a token on the turn tracker.
No.
Since you're
like,
riding
on
your
the
Eidolon,
map for me.
what?
Since I'm writing
Oh,
my
your
idol
token
on
isn't
what?
there?
Yeah.
It was there, I thought.
Yeah. It was.
Since you're riding your Eidolon, it's probably just gonna go on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got a new token, is why it looks like.
Haha. I colored it. Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't
Let
know
me
where you
roll
wanted
my initiative.
actually. Yep.
Oh yeah, that does look good, Secret.
Yeah, you're so pale. It looks abnormal.
Yeah, it's 'cause he's a white
Okay.
scaled kobold.
Yeah, I just don't know why. I'll have to ask you about that sometime.
I like the green with the white.
Yeah.
Times where I wish we had like Zoe or Pluto's character to just get all the attack opportunities on the wolves.
Yeah, we don't really have anybody with reach.
Yeah. Pluto's Paladin's pretty
Oh,
good.
whoops. There it goes. Okay.
Oh boy. This is like everything I ever dreamed for. Oh my.
All right. Now we're set. So Savath gets to go first. You have a higher initiative bonus than they do, so it's surprise round. You see that they're about to come out of their from behind these trees, but they generally will all have some amount of cover right now because they're behind the trees. If you're going to try to do anything ranged,
Well, I am because I can. So I'm gonna 5-foot step here. Oh
Okay.
my god, I'm not on fantasy grounds. Shit.
Uh-oh. You can use the little ruler tool. It's the little circle with the
Yeah,
cone
how
looking
far
thing on
do
it. It's probably supposed
how far does 30-foot cones actually reach out from me? Is it 30 feet to its
30
range?
feet,
Okay.
Yeah, and then
45 degrees,
Not as epic as I want.
90
Yeah.
degrees.
It's
Is that
90
what I wanna
degrees.
do?
Generally, it's like 1, 3, 5, like in terms of the squares away from it, and then out to 30 feet. If you're doing one like that angle.
Alright.
If you're doing one diagonally, you can, 30 feet out both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll
I'm only
definitely
gonna hit
like
one
30
no
like
matter
that.
what, so it's just.
Yeah, they're pretty far away, so you're
Yeah.
probably only gonna hit one, no matter
You
what
can
you
hold
do.
your action.
I'm not gonna 5-foot step. Instead, I'm just gonna stay behind Brugar, and I will cast a spell.
Okay.
And I will cast False Life on me. Now, I do have a question about my Dragon Disciple. That's building off of the Blood Ranger, so my caster level is still escalating, right?
Correct.
As
It
long
will
as it says
be
it.
base.
Okay.
It'll be based off of your castle will be based off of that and some amount of your Dragon Disciple levels. It's not 100, like a 1-to-1 though, because a couple of them don't count. Like I think your first level doesn't or something like that.
Okay.
But
Then
yeah,
I
think
get
there
oh
are
shit! I rolled a 1.
2 total that don't count.
All right, so I gain.
yeah, I think it's like your first and like
11
your sixth or something
tempo.
weird like that. Okay. Gain 11 temporary hit points.
Yay!
All right. On this thing's turn, can it charge? I think it's the only one that can. Well, not quite, because it's got to go through this, but it can move up. So it's going to move up next to Brugar. But that's its
Okay.
prize round.
Really close.
Yeah, they only have 5-foot
It's
reach
an
actually, despite being
animal.
large. Because it's an animal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This one is going to do something similar, but it's going to come up towards Ause and his Eidolon. And now it's Raziel's turn, so you have a standard action you can use. It's a prize round right now.
Okay, I will. Can I 5-foot up into the tree? Like, can I be under it, or is it like a bush?
It's a tree, but yeah, you can't. It is taking up that square, so you can't step into that.
Okay, so I can go like over here though,
Mm-hmm.
like this, and then I will attack the wolf that's ran up to Brugar.
Okay.
Actually, I'll throw my. Wait, there's trees. I can't throw through the trees and stuff, right?
That's correct.
Okay, then yeah, I'll throw it. This is like thick forest, you said, so I will throw my daggers at this wolf that walked up to Brugar.
Okay.
I think I have precise shot. Yeah,
You
I do.
do have
so
a
we're
precise
fine.
shot.
Do I get a swift action this turn or not?
Yeah, you can use a swift action this turn.
Okay, I will use a swift action to activate my sacred. Actually, no, I'll just cast Divine Favor as a swift action on myself.
Okay.
And use a fervor point or whatever.
Okay.
And then I will
Then
attack it
one
with
attack?
a dagger, with my adamantine dagger, which has the curse thing in it. Rid of my
Yeah, it's a
extra
stored spell.
attacks. Yeah, it always has bestow curse by default, if I don't specify. If a 19 hits, I rolled a 3.
Yeah, that actually does hit.
Okay. Then I will bestow a curse of -4 on d20s to the wolf.
What's the save for that?
Oh boy.
Because I know a bestow curse has like I think it's a will
It's a
save.
fort
Yeah.
save.
Bestow.
I'm pretty sure bestow curse is a fort save.
Almost there. Will negate. Spell resistance, yes. And the DC is.
It actually has spell resistance as well, so you're gonna have to roll over that.
Damn. DC 16 if that matters.
Yeah, roll the spell
resistance is
resist.
a caster level check.
Yep.
And I have no spell pin, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, it didn't work.
No, it worked.
Maybe it did. Alright,
And
20.
then DC
so
16 will save?
Yeah.
It fails.
Hey!
It is cursed.
Alright, so he has -4 on attack rolls, saves, ability checks, and skill checks. So pretty much all D20s.
Yeah. Okay.
Except caster level.
And he takes a lot of damage.
A lot of damage for a single. I rolled a 10, max damage on my dice. I'm
Okay.
proving to the new people why I'm here. With just
Magical
one
Fantasia
little bit of time.
does not get act in this particular surprise round. Brugar, it's your turn.
What does Aniana know about these things?
She knows that these are primordial direwolves, and they are very similar to normal direwolves, but they have nastier natural attacks, and they have spell resistance, low light vision, and also they have damage reduction. But they are vulnerable. Their damage reduction is vulnerable to cold iron.
So wait,
Oh,
my
that's good, 'cause
adamantine
that's
didn't
So they have-
overcome that?
What's the weapon enhancement on your adamantine dagger? It's +1. Yeah,
It's
it
+1.
it did enough damage that you still hurt it pretty significantly, but yeah, it did get reduced a little bit by the damage
Yeah.
reduction.
+1
And
spell
So
she,
you,
point.
basically
she
they have fey-like properties.
She
Okay.
like
But my mithril goes through cold iron or not? It acts as cold iron.
Nope, X is
No.
silver.
yeah,
Oh,
'cause
I always get that confused. Okay.
she like smacks Trissa and it's like, stop looking up in the trees. We've got friends.
There's danger
Or
here.
we've got danger, and she like flies off.
Unfriends.
I guess
and, like,
technically the
hides.
shield can do 3 attacks in the surprise round. I guess I'm not really sure how that works because it says you get
Okay,
to.
it's a
be
free
able
action
to.
to activate the shield.
Yeah, because it's a free action.
But
I
thought
think it actually.
it only gets to if you get to.
I think it might only get to attack once in the surprise round though, just like normal, because it still is. It can't do a full attack action if nobody else can either, right? So do you still want to use that right now, or do you want to wait? Because you're only gonna get the 1 attack on the line shield since it's a surprise round right now. If you use it right now.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just pull it out then as a move action.
Okay. And
That's
just
okay.
do that. Okay. So Bruger has a shield out. On this thing's turn, it's going to move around. Let's see, does it have enough? How much move speed does it need to get up here?
Up a cliff
it
and
can't-
down a cliff?
It's just going to go up the cliff, and it's going to be kind of standing over here. For this one's turn, it's going to do something similar. It's going to start climbing up on the cliff. And this one is going to move all the way around over here. And that's their surprise rounds. And then Alce is the last one to go. Oh, I skipped him actually technically for this one. So that one hasn't moved yet, I guess. But Alce, it's your turn. Put this guy back over here for now. So you do have one right next to you, and you have a standard action you can use that you or your idle one can use. Either one or both. You there, Ron? I heard like dog commotion, so I don't know if he's actually back yet.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Is this standard action?
Standard action, yep.
Uh,
Surprise. We're still in the surprise round right now.
I'm gonna fly up in the air.
Okay. Are you doing like a withdraw action or something? Limited withdraw action? You can do a limited withdrawal with just a standard action. You can only move your movement speed instead of half or double movement speed like you can with an actual withdraw, but you can do that if you're limited to a standard action. And it won't provoke.
That's fine.
Okay. So you fly up into the air. Do you fly at like an angle or do you fly directly up? If so, you might possibly need a fly check. Depends on how you're flying.
Got magic flight, perfect maneuverability.
Okay. What is giving you that? Did you cast like a spell beforehand I didn't know about?
Edion has the evolution.
Okay. So the Eidolon's flying up.
Yes.
And
it'd be
flying up at an angle greater than 45 degrees is a DC 20, but you probably can make that.
Yes.
Perfect flight gives you a +8 to your fly, and then you probably might have ranks and whatnot in it too. Okay. Hey, what is your fly bonus anyway?
50. Oh wait, the bonus is 18.
Okay, yeah, you basically auto succeeded. Technically, you could fail it on a 1, I suppose.
Roll a d20.
I'm going up 25 feet.
Is that with the 8 +8 for it being perfect maneuverability, or is that just your normal fly skill?
That's with it.
Okay. So yeah, I guess go ahead and roll the fly check. If it's a 1, then you fail it.
Or 2. Oh no, DC 20, yeah.
2 meets it, so then he's fine.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
There's a 1 in 20 chance you don't make this. Oh, jeez.
So do I stay in place?
Oh my God.
You just don't go anywhere, I think. I think you try to fly up and straight up and it doesn't. Or I guess I think you can change your mind and go at a 45-degree angle, so.
Oh, that's what I was doing. I was going at a 45-degree angle.
Oh, in that case, you don't need to make the check. You're fine. You can just fly.
Okay.
So
it's only the timing that you probably will pass that he rolls the net 1.
Yeah. So you fly up, like 5 feet up, I guess. If you're going up 45-degree angle. Or are you above that other wolf? Like 10 feet up?
I'm above it.
Okay. We can, whoops. We can put you above the wolf. It looks kind of silly, but yeah, you're flying up above the wolf. How far up did you go? You said 20 feet? Probably actually be over here. All right, that's the surprise round then. This thing moves around over the other side here. And now we're in actual combat round. So Savath, your turn first. You can now take full round actions.
Okay. I see all that going on. Okay. I'm going to charge, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. At what?
How
much money?
I'm gonna probably charge down to that one down there. I have a question. Okay, so it's free action to rage. And
correct.
I can also pull out my weapon while I'm moving and charging and activating my rage and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, alright, okay. Then I will do that. So I'm going to... So Savas not raging from like angry and whatnot. It's like a mother protecting a child boiling, blood boil kind of
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
The child is Trissa?
No.
No, the child is her
her dragon.
My dragon. I've raised it from an
joking.
egg. Yeah. And so
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and charge down, to here.
Okay.
And if I configured all of this correctly, it should just work. If I can find my character sheet. buried among all the ones. Okay, the blood rage, got that turned on. There is no iterative, so I'll turn that off. Okay, so she has a great sword, so she uses 2 hands with it, and so it's also going to be a furious focus attack.
Okay.
That's not with my charge, so a +2 on top of that.
Yeah, that hits and confirms, and I think downs the wolf, actually.
Nice.
So you just one shot the wolf. It's
I
not
gotta
dead,
spend
but
my
it is
charge.
you
Okay.
knock it out.
And she says something
Okay.
in Draconic, like, not today.
Yeah. Alright. This one's turn. It is going to snarl at Raziel, but he can't quite reach him with how the current combat layout is at. So he's going to bite at Brugar, the thing that's closest to him. Does a 22 hit?
No.
Yeah, he misses then.
Does a 22 hit the champion?
Alright, this one's turn. It's going to... If I can move it. It's going to move in here. And it's going to attempt to attack Savath.
Oh, okay.
And it rolls a nat 1, so misses.
Oh, alright. Then I don't have to look at all my shit. Alright.
You don't have to look at your numbers. Raziel, it's your turn.
I see this doggy move up, and I'm like, I know Burgar can handle himself. And I 5-foot step down here, and I'm going to attack the one that just ran up to Savath.
That's
And
actually what
I
Burgar's
will-
thinking about Savath. Like, he saw her charge the thing, like, down. He's like, oh, well, she can handle herself.
Yeah. I got a sword that might be bigger than me. It's not, but it might look that way.
It probably
Do I
is.
want to cast anything? I will activate my Sacred Weapon and Sacred Armor with a Forever Use and Swift Action.
Okay.
And then I will full round this one down here, and if there's any attacks left over, I'll throw my dagger at the one that Burgar's fighting, kind of around Savath's gold dragon person.
Sure.
Okay.
He's
in.
flattered you called him a person.
Yeah. No haste, unfortunately. And we know how the order goes here.
Yeah, starting with the adamantine dagger and then the mithril
Yep.
dagger.
So 27.
So let's see, 27 and 23 hits and does damage to this thing.
Okay, but
no.
no DR bypass. Some damage gets
Yeah, that's
reduced.
some of the damage gets absorbed.
20.
So let's
Well,
see,
why do I
the
have
second
haste on me? No, I don't. What?
I don't know
You
why it's
don't.
rolling that.
Haste is not
I think we
checked on
just-
my thing.
Because you
Yeah, we'll
have
just-
in your it's in your attacks.
Mm.
It's not
You
checked.
have that.
No, like in
There's
the
probably 2
attack
places
itself,
that you have
so-
to check it, and there's one that's within your attack block, and then there's one that's in your modifiers. Because there's haste also gives you a
no.
+1 to attacks, and +1 to AC.
It's just a
and +1 to
buff on my
reflex.
sheet.
Right, it's
It's
not
probably
in the
not
buff
just a buff
section.
on your
It's in
sheet.
your
It's-
attack section. And
It's
you
not,
have
though.
that
There's two-
attacked.
There's 2 places. Anyway,
There's
No,
let's
there's
see.
not, I've never had another
Well,
place for
figure it out. Let's move on.
haste. I included the 9th attack, which I didn't mean to, but like the haste. Sorry,
Yeah,
the haste
that's the
attack
thing. That's the haste
is there.
attack.
That's why it's
fine.
there.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about why buff haste is at the bottom when I don't have that buff checked. Yeah, ignore the
Okay.
haste attack. I didn't mean to have that checked.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's giving me the stats because it's unchecked, but now I don't know.
It's probably fine. I think you take it out with your, like, you knock it unconscious with your third attack, and then your fourth
Okay.
one, the second attack with your mithril dagger, will go towards the other one.
Like, it's a -4 for cover.
Yes, but it still hits and confirms, and this thing had already taken damage, so you take it down as well.
Nice.
Okay, and you guys just see my daggers bouncing to the different wolves threatening us, and they're just like weaving in and around you guys almost like they have a mind of their own, but it's just through the skill of my throws.
Yeah,
that
they're
they
ricocheting off
kind of ricochet off them and come back like boomerangs, almost like flying in sometimes arcs and weird curves to get around you guys.
Yep. Magical Fantasia notices things that are going on now and is able to act. You see that the other three that are actually directly in front of you are down, but there are two more of them that are looking at you from up here on this cliff. You can kind of see them through the trees.
Yeah. Hmm. We'll fly up into the air. What's the range on this? I don't have to fly that far. I think I need to fly, like, over here. Actually, what's 11 or 550? I will go up to the cliff distance. Move up here. And I will cast Mind Thrust 3 on this
Okay,
guy.
what does that do?
It's a mind affecting damage spell.
Okay,
And
do I
he
roll
needs to
anything?
he needs to give me a will save if I do not beat my caster level check. So 24 to overcome spell resistance.
Overcome
DC
spell
20.
resistance then?
DC 20 will save.
It fails.
Takes 53 damages.
You knock it unconscious.
That's my turn.
So you just, I don't know if they could even like see any physical thing happen to it. They just see this wolf like just recoils back and falls unconscious. Brugar, it's your
I'm cool
turn.
with that.
I think you don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, there's nothing
Yeah.
around me, so he pulls out his hammer and he just readies an attack he raises standard action if anything comes within reach. That's
Okay.
He looks around and he's like, all right, you guys can fight. I mean, I knew Raziel could fight, but
This thing is going to bound off the cliff down next to you guys. Does it have the move speed? It does. So it's going to do a single attack, and it's going to attack Raziel.
Oh,
So it's like
snap.
standing on a rock or a tree or
It's-
something.
It's kind of standing in this little space between these two trees, kind of next to the smaller like brush there. But yeah,
Okay.
it's basically standing right between those two bigger trees though. Does a 25 hit you?
You know, I should probably be on the defense tab. Oops. Ignore that. No. 25 misses.
All right, it misses you then. And it is
Oh yeah, I
now
have sacred armor
Gorig's
on.
turn. Does Gorig want to attack this thing now that's right next to her? Gorig be
Yes.
gifted.
Five step.
Okay.
Back. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Raziel's not in a cone. He'll angle it.
No.
I'm not in Fantasy Grounds.
If you shoot
Damn
it straight up, he will not be in the cone.
Alright. So he's gonna take a breath and spew out some fire. So it's gonna be a DC 16 reflex.
Okay.
And he does fire damage. As he breathes a little 20-foot
Looks like he
cone.
made the reflex save. I don't think it has evasion or anything like that. So, and the breath doesn't allow like spell resistance or anything like that. So he's just gonna take half damage, I think.
Uh-huh.
So he takes some damage from it.
And Savoth turns to him and says, "Goring, get back!"
All right. Now it's Alcé's turn. I'm guessing he's gonna do like a flying charge or something here, right?
Oh yeah, back to what I was doing.
That's my guess.
Yes.
Okay. And he has
Spirit
a
charge or
lance
something.
out.
Yep.
Okay. Did you get that thing configured properly when you were messing around with it earlier?
No, I'm just going to type it.
Okay. You have this.
I
You
thought
have
the
this
lance
character
is
built
for
in
the
Hero
women in
Lab
the
anyway,
crowd.
right?
Yeah, I have it in Hero Lab.
Okay, so that's I'm guessing you charged, right? So you and
Yep.
thing are like next to this thing now. And you're charging down at it. And then that actually hits. Its AC is not very high.
Okay. Is this thing evil?
It is not evil, no.
Alright.
Yeah, it's dead.
What? What?
That's his thing. That's what he does. He charges.
I mean, I know I do
build.
more damage than that, but still, from one attack?
It's his build.
That's what lances
Yep,
do.
it's
If
called
you
using a lance.
Okay.
you
It's
get to
called
add an extra.
spirited charge.
Yeah, spirited charge basically. Now the funny thing is with spirited charge is it can stack. It's like a crit almost, but it actually stacks with it too. So you can technically get a spirited charge crit, and they don't multiply.
Oh,
They just
boy.
add together. Like you add the dice together, so it's not like
Yeah.
×6, but yeah, it gives you like ×5 or 4 or something like that. It's pretty nasty. But yeah, even just a normal charge. I mean, it's a charge. So you have to be able to. You can't like you kind of have to do some maneuvering.
Yeah, you have to be able to charge.
Yeah. You might be able to do it on flyby attacks as well, potentially too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not 100%
that's
sure
the
on
point.
that. Yeah. So that's he kind of needs, like his build doesn't work very well if he doesn't have room to maneuver around and do that. And then also flyby attacks I think they don't stop people from attack opportunity potentially, right? So
Or
it
if
can
you're
be kind of risky in that
grounded, you can
sense.
do ride by, but yeah.
Okay, well, we killed wolves.
Yeah, there's some
But-
there's
Yeah,
some like
one
trade
I
shot
offs
got to
with
see
it,
your
but
characters.
These
yeah,
were
this was not designed to be a very
interesting
hard
wolves.
encounter.
No.
This is the introduction. Like, let's show what everyone's character.
Boy,
can do.
Mantis, that sure was fun to have a not impossibly hard encounter.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm kidding.
My encounters
Hey, now,
for
to be
you weren't
fair-
impossibly hard. You had
To be
a
fair,
number
Mantis
of really
didn't-
easy encounters.
And Mantis never TPK'd the party like I did, so.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Well, the
Anyway,
last
I mean,
encounter
I
was-
sort of did,
was
but
a
it was on the last
TPK.
session.
Yeah, the last encounter was gonna kill everybody, but I had this dumb idea.
And I have TPK'd a party 3 times in the world you
In your-
created.
in that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
because
dear.
they keep
Hey,
coming
that
back.
campaign's already had 3 TPKs. Didn't you just start it like a month ago?
No, I started it literally like
3
2
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago.
So they just did
What?
TPK in like every session.
It's pretty great.
No. They TPK'd 3 times in the first session.
Oh, okay.
Most of it wasn't like in combat. It was just like, yep, you guys TPK here.
Okay, like they stumbled into something that they shouldn't have.
But then
But
there's like
it's
an
fine.
undo
It's
or
fine because they time looped, right? So it's like you guys are
Yeah,
back now.
they time loop.
Yes.
So it's
my
yeah,
character.
it's
oh,
it's
they're actually
designed
doing that?
yeah, so it's
That's
designed
I
to
funny.
bet
work
they
with
have
that.
no idea what's doing it right.
They don't know what's doing it, but I told them that they're time looping, and I
Oh,
told
that's
them
so great.
like
If they
I
die,
said
it's
this is
okay.
out of character knowledge, and I told them they would figure out pretty quickly that they're time looping.
Mhm.
Which is one of the reasons I made like the first sort of dungeon. Like they're level 4 or something, and there's a 9th level devolutionist in charge of the asylum.
That's right, because you're using like the map from Strange Aeons,
Yeah.
like the Asylum map.
So when they like
Yeah.
time loop, they go back to where they started, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm guessing the idea is that each time
They learn
like,
from
they
their
should be
mistakes.
picking up more knowledge on what to do.
Right.
Hopefully you give them a
Are
checkpoint
we done,
like
Pluto?
after they do so much, like they'll time loop to a
No,
further-
I'm
yeah,
not
we're
going
gonna-
to give them a checkpoint
we're
per
gonna end the
se, but
session
I'm going
here.
to say I'm just going to say you role play yourself, like everything that you've done, like
You do again.
to this point, like you do again. You don't have to
you
like
know what to
unless
do.
you want to do something different.
I'm going to bed
we
'cause
don't
I'm
have to go
super
through this
tired.
again.
See ya.
Okay,
But
yeah, that was
yeah,
fun.
good session, Pluto. And yeah,
Yep.
glad to meet everyone's
I
characters.
enjoyed seeing all the new characters, and I also very much enjoyed the arena combat.
Yeah,
That was a good.
I'm
check
hoping
mark
that
off
it didn't
Brugar's
it
list.
didn't annoy like everybody else, so you guys all kind of had to sit there and just watch.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Arms Master, but
No, it's
It was
configured
short
feel like it
and
was-
sweet. If it was like
I
a
feel like it
super
was
long
also,
combat, maybe, but it was fine.
yeah, I also felt like it was a decent amount of time there for people to kind of get their sheet configured if they needed to do that. Like I know Ron was trying to get that to work, but yeah,
it
so
made me feel
hopefully-
great.
Yeah, I was hoping that'd be.
Yeah,
Like I said, I feel like it would have been fine.
Though.
He did,
It
and I
was
felt
destiny.
like it would
was
have been
fate.
fine if it would have been fine if he lost from a narrative standpoint. But I'm kind of glad it worked out how it did because yeah, I'm glad that it was satisfying. I guess.
I'll see you guys.
Trissa was
Saturday,
rooting
then.
for the Arms
Yep,
Master
we'll see you Saturday.
because
Okay.
she's a fangirl.
Bye. Good night.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, and then yeah, we're doing Secret Stargate game next Thursday as well. So
Yes,
continue this one in
hopefully
2
Yeah.
weeks.
including that.
Well, like, I knew Brugar knew that he couldn't match him in like his physical strength, but he had to get around his magical defenses somehow so that he could mess with him. So yeah, the
line
My-
shield is
my
actually really
luck.
useful.
my luck is what offset his mirror image, because like yeah, I had to delay him until those wore off
Matt.
somehow.
Do you know of any like offensive divination